Hey, kids. It's your old pal, Krusty. And if I wasn't blackmailed into a lifetime contract with Itchy and Scratchy, I'd have Opie and Anthony on my show. Syndication now.
Good God.
Hey, what's up, man?
We're back in Boston.
Yes.
Anthony?
Yeah.
It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock 104.1.
Who saw this one coming?
I think I got to tell everyone what we just played, huh?
Yeah.
Everlast, I Can't Move. We haven't talked about music in, what, 3 years?
No, we don't play music on our show in New York.
All right, we'll get into that in a second. Stone Temple Pilots, Sex Type Thing. A song I really like when I hear it on other radio stations.
Yeah.
A band called Crazy Town and Butterfly.
Okay, now where were we before we were rudely interrupted? I remember we were talking about something, and then for some reason we were rudely interrupted.
That was last week, right?
Was that last week? No, I think it was 10 lifetimes ago.
I think they just gave us a very long weekend, and we're back on the radio in Boston.
We finally figured it out. We finally were able to speak to people and get back on in Boston.
It's kind of weird. They redecorated the place, though, since we had our short little suspension.
It looks a lot different, and it's relocated.
It's relocated,
actually, in Boston.
I had to take a right out of my driveway instead of a left.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my God. We are freaking out. Yeah, it's Opie and Anthony. There's a lot of people probably listening that have no clue who we are.
Yeah, see, some things happen in 3 years that we've been gone. And, you got to think people that were 12 then weren't really listening to us. 15, 16.
I guess we should say without boring people.
Yeah.
Anthony and I were, we were kind of popular on the Boston airwaves about 3 years ago.
I remember 3 years ago, very popular.
And then we did
old days.
And then we did some really, really stupid, kids.
Yeah.
Very stupid.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we were fired.
We got our asses thrown out of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
And it's been rehashed enough, so we don't have to get into it. But basically, this is like our homecoming.
Yeah. First time back. And didn't see this coming. No way.
No.
If 3 years ago you would have told us that we were going to be on in Boston somewhere, BCN would have been the absolute last place we would have said we would have been on. Because everybody knows we were over at AAF. And the rivalry, oofa. Very, very big rivalry there.
Yeah.
And this was enemy territory.
Yeah.
Pretty much. The thought of being in here was out of the question.
Right.
And now, 3 years later, there's hope for the Middle East. If this works.
Well, we brought in some strippers.
Yeah, well, that always helps, sure.
And it helped us get along, I believe.
Unbelievable. All the talking that's gone on over the past 3 years.
But, Anthony, you know something?
Yeah.
They still don't trust us. You see the armed guards all over this place?
There's armed guards. There's all kinds of digital delay systems. So we can't say anything really bad without them punching out, dumping the show.
Right.
But that's okay, because what are we going to do? We're not going to say anything really out there, are we, Opie?
No, we just want to hang. Maybe get to talk to some of our old listeners.
Yeah.
Should we give out the phone numbers in?
Give out the numbers.
All right, 617-931-1041. And I think you could also use 617-536-8000.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Also, what I want to say, the gang at WBCN, they have a sense of humor. And I'll tell you why. Did you see what hotel they put us in last night?
Opie, yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was the same hotel we were brought to be fired in.
Right.
3 years ago.
Right. Cute, guys, cute.
They booked us to stay in the same hotel that they fired us in.
Where the Terminator fired us.
Yeah. They took us up to a conference room and fired us in this hotel.
Right.
So when we pull up, it's like, oh, wait, I remember this place.
It was like deja vu. I'm like, are we getting fired again? Is this some cruel joke?
I felt like Pesci. I thought we were going to be whacked when we came in, thinking we were going to be made, you know, and then get one in the back of the head. So that's really, that's a cute little thing. Who was responsible for that?
Well, he doesn't want to be mentioned.
Oh, is that it?
Let's just say the people here at WBCN have a sense of humor. We can appreciate that, right, Ed?
Sure, yeah.
We can appreciate a good joke, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
We also want to tell everyone what we've been up to since leaving Boston, being escorted to the Connecticut border.
Yeah, and
3
then
years
dumped
ago.
off. Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah, our lives have drastically changed. We're going to be on TV tonight. We've been in Penthouse Magazine. We messed with the president. You thought what we did up here was bad.
Yeah. When you get President Clinton involved, that was a biggie.
Yeah.
I was starting to get that feeling again when we got the boot from up here.
Right.
Pretty bad.
But we'll get into all of that.
Yeah.
We just wanted to say hi really fast. We want to play some music because we haven't, played music in a really long time.
We do a talk show in New York.
Right.
It's just all talk.
We used to babble for 2 or 3 minutes at a time up here in Boston. Now we babble for 40 to 45 minutes at a time down in New York City.
For 4 hours a day.
You know what we should do to start the show here? One of our latest contests, which we've done for many, many years. It's the latest round, though. It's something called the Best Boob Contest.
Yes, the best breasts on the Opie and Anthony show.
And for 2.5 weeks, we had some lovely ladies coming down to our studio in New York City to show off their wares. We had, quite frankly, a lot of pigs show up. 65 girls showed up. We took digital pictures, put them up on a website, and everybody was able to check them out. We whittled down the field to 13 finalists. Right. Whose bare breasts are up on the NEW website. So we should get our old listeners involved with the voting, I believe. Yeah, because now it's your job to choose the best breast. Right. So I'm going to give out a couple websites. The listeners in New York, they know these websites by heart, but the gang up here in Boston, go to WNEW.com, click on Opie and Anthony, and you'll know where to go. Also, you can try FoundryMusic.com, FOUNDRY music.com, and vote for your favorite pair of breasts on the website. Some of the New York listeners checking in on the instant feedback. We have that. You could check it out on the WNEW website. Oh, actually, our old Boston listeners could do that, too. Yeah. If you go to WNEW.com into the Opie and Anthony section, you could write us a little note here in the studio, and we'll read a lot of them. They come in here instantly, and we read them as they come in. Right. And this guy from New Jersey saying, "Shut up and play some music, you faggot." As a little tribute to what we used to have to go through. Yeah. Shut up and play the music. We'll play some music. You relax. All right. Why don't we play a tune here, Anthony? We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll go to the phones and see what people are saying. How's that sound? Cool. All right. It's 104.1 WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock. It's going to take me a few times to get that down. 617-931-1041 if you want to talk to us. 617-536-8000. You can use that number as well. It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 104.1 with REM.
Now, get ready for our guests. Back in Boston, Opie and Anthony on Boston's Alternative Rock, WBCN Boston.
Anthony Show. Hey. On WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 104.1. Now, we can play some music or we can talk for a while, Anthony. Well, I think, we're here. We should talk a little bit. Okay. About things that have gone on. And, like we said, we're taking calls, and also we got the instant feedback. Any questions you have, because we've been gone for a while. We want to hear from a lot of the people in Boston. I know, because the phone's just lit up with the New York guys, and you know what they're going to say. "Dude, you don't sound like you." "Dude, what's the matter? Put some of them Boston faggots on the line. I'll show them Yankees." We should explain to everyone that this show is being broadcast in New York City as well. Right. At the same time, you're hearing it here in Boston. They're hearing it back on WNEW in New York. So we're getting all kinds of comments on the instant feedback and on the phone line from everyone in New York. A lot of inside jokes coming through. A couple which I think we can explain. The biggest one that's coming through now is all the listeners saying, "All right, have fun up there. It's sort of like sending your chick off somewhere. It's like Temptation radio station. But if you come home with any body glitter on you, I'm going to kick your ass." I just want to say, Anthony. Yeah. I really miss our old listeners here in Boston. Yes. Screw New York. Thank you. New York, they're all just whores. We really cared about you people here. That's right. I'm a huge Bruins fan. Go Bees. And socks.
Don't I talk about the Bruins all the time on our show in New York, right?
You actually do, yeah.
I mean, I make believe, when we're on in New York that I really like the Islanders, but everyone knows that's, not true.
You're such a lion sack, man. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's 104.1 WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock. All right, why don't we go to the phones and see what's going on?
Yeah.
617-931-1041 or 617-536-8000. Good God, let's plunk down. It looks like it's going to be Mike. Mike, what's going on?
Not much. That was awesome. 3 years ago? That was insane.
People commenting on 3 years ago.
I thought that happened last week. We just got a long weekend off, and we're back.
That was some weekend.
They really take you to the Connecticut... Oh, sorry.
All right, we got it. Just don't curse, man.
All right.
Look how quick they are on the button over
You see
here.
that?
Now, you know what it is? When someone curses, we can dump out of it. But you got to use the force, Luke.
Yeah.
There's, how many seconds do we got? We got a few.
I don't even want to tell the people.
No,
I don't want them to test us today.
Right. But,
see, when we used to do a radio show up here, we had to tape all the phone calls.
Right.
But now that we're doing a talk show in New York, you just got to fly by the seat of your pants and take live phone calls.
Right.
So, Mike, what else is going on?
I'm kind of wondering what you did to Bill Clinton.
Oh. Yeah, we could get into that.
Yeah, kind of interfered with his motorcade route down in Manhattan.
Mike, we're going to let you go, okay, and we'll discuss it.
All right, thanks.
All right. How do we hang up the phones here? There you go. No.
No, I'm still here.
All right, there it is. Yeah, we've been getting ourselves in trouble ever since we left Boston. You would think we would have learned by now.
No.
We have quite a reputation.
We're always the say now, pay later kind of guys. Always have been. And it got us booted from our job up here. And we came close a couple of times in New York. But I think if you make it through these things, it just kind of makes you bigger.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you get their attention when you interfere with the President of the United States.
Quickly, we have created a ton of new bits on our radio show. And we discovered, Anthony and I, that teens equal ratings.
Yeah. If you put, and try this at home, you put the word teen in front of anything, it makes it 10 times more gooder. 10 times more gooderer. Try it. Teen. Okay, the word restaurant. That's good. Teen restaurant.
Teen restaurant.
Yeah, now it's better. It's better with just the word teen in front.
Now, how about this one? Mud wrestling? Cool.
Yeah, it's good. Mud wrestling.
Teen mud wrestling.
Teen mud wrestling. You're not missing it. Teen equals good.
All right, so with that, we've done a lot of teen concept radio shows down in New York.
Yeah, we actually devote a week to it every so often. We do Teen Week. And we have teen lesbian couch. Bring a couch in. Various teen girls come into the studio and have their first experience with another woman or another teen on the couch. And the teen concept really took off. People enjoy it.
Teen pajama party was quite a hit.
That was a good one. Yes.
The teen Sweet 16 birthday party was very nice. No, that's a little too young. We know.
No, of course, they're within legal age, but they are teens.
That's right. So we did something called Teen Voyeur Bus.
Mm-hmm.
You want to explain the Voyeur Bus to the fine folks here in Boston?
Voyeur Bus, it's a big bus, just like any city bus you would see, except the sides are all glass. It's completely see-through from top to bottom, the sides, all glass, like a rolling fishbowl. Inside the Voyeur Bus, nude girls. And when we're involved, nude teen girls. So we figured, hey, let's take this because the mayor of New York is a true tool. He really wants to try to clean up New York City and make it like the Disney store.
And dare I say it?
Yeah.
I like the mayor of Boston more than I like the mayor of New York.
I will agree wholeheartedly, Opie. Yes. The mayor of New York, tool. Mayor of Boston, he rocks.
He does rock.
There you go. So Mayor Giuliani down there, he really sucks. And he's been cleaning up New York. It's not even a fun place to go and look at the smut anymore. And this is, even any New Yorker will tell you this. It's not a fun, exciting place. I used to like going into Manhattan when you thought you might die. You might not make it back home. And he's trying to clean it up, so he doesn't like nudity at all. So we load up the Voyeur Bus with teen girls, fans of the show, and set it off with our producer of the show, Rick, our web guy, and a couple of other guys, stand-up comics. Louis Black, if you've ever watched The Daily Show on Comedy Central. He's a comic that does a segment every Wednesday. We sent him along to give commentary. And the bus took off straight down Broadway, the Great White Way, Manhattan, headed for
City Hall.
City Hall, where it would
where the mayor hangs out. You would think we would leave mayors alone at this point.
Right.
But we took the Teen Voyeur Bus right to City Hall, where the mayor was hanging out, to his backyard, basically.
And was it going to be a quick flyby? Oh, no.
No.
We decide the bus is going to stop in front of City Hall, where Giuliani is, and with these glass walls and nude teens, the girls will then shower, because there is a shower inside the Voyeur
Well, we
Bus.
felt they were a little dirty at this point.
Very dirty, filthy girls.
Filthy, dirty teens.
I like them. Dirty, filthy girls. And so they made their way down Broadway from the radio station. And
you should tell the folks that on every city block there were hundreds upon hundreds of people with those Instamatic cameras taking pictures.
The looks from the people, unbelievable.
We took over the city for a day.
Yeah, they couldn't believe it.
We were getting police escorts.
Yeah, this was part of the problem, too. The NYPD, couple of guys, couple of go-getters, I would say, Opie, decided they were going to escort the Voyeur Bus full of new teens down Broadway to help with the flow of traffic as they hang out the windows of the cruisers snapping pictures. But it helped out. It really did. It kept things moving, because if the Voyeur Bus got stopped at a light, people would come out of the buildings and out of the woodwork to slam their fists on the windows and show the girls their junk and take pictures. So the cops were there to keep things moving along. It made it to City Hall. Giuliani got wind of it. He was very pissed. Then we decided, all right, look, come back to the station. We're coming back up Manhattan to the radio station.
This is where it got intense, because we're like, come on, just get back to the station. Everything will be cool. We had the police escort. We were, 12 blocks away from the studios?
Right. Taking, in New York, 6th Avenue North, which at the time we had no clue was the motorcade route for Bill Clinton, a secured road, because he was making his way uptown in Manhattan, and the crap hit the fan.
Out of the woodwork, how many cop cars pulled over the Voyeur Bus?
Well, there were a couple of cops that were escorting the Voyeur Bus, helping out. They peeled off when they saw the lights and cops coming from every direction. Troopers, sheriffs, Secret Service swarmed on the bus, stopped it, pulled everyone off, handcuffed them, and arrested them. And took how many people on the bus?
13 people associated with our radio show were arrested.
Including, in case you missed it, nude teens.
That's right.
Nude teen girls.
Arrested.
Caged heat.
Incarcerated.
Yeah.
It was a complete nightmare for the Opie and Anthony show once again.
They were run through the system, printed, mug shots. The guys and girls were then separated. I'm sure those correctional officers down there, the lousy screws, I'm sure they knocked a piece off of some of those teen girls. And they were all separated, taken in, and held with no charges. They were held for 26 hours.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And being the pussies that you and I are, they came down to the station to arrest us. We ran.
Yeah.
Please don't take. I'm not built for prison. Right.
Oh, I would have made Oz look like a Disney movie. You ever see HBO Oz?
Yeah.
Every week there's man ass and some type of sex going on, and there's not a woman to be found.
So that happened, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
And finally, the charges have finally been dropped for everyone.
Well, the girls had a cop a plea.
They had a cop a plea. They have to just stay good for 6 months or something?
Yeah. Keep their nose clean, as they call it.
Keep their nose clean in the biz.
Keep their nose clean.
Well, this story was so huge that CNN did a huge piece on it.
Yeah.
You want to play the audio? We brought some of our stuff up here.
Yeah, this was from the CNN story. I'm sure, you know something? I am sure Bill Clinton would come forward, and he probably will someday, and go, goddamn thank you, boys, because I got to tell you, that motorcade route is the most boring goddamn thing I've ever been on. But when I saw a bus full of nude teens, I was like, you got to stop that thing. Take those nude teen girls off and bring them right to me.
He would love it. He would appreciate it.
Well, he's hanging in our neighborhood now, so.
He's right across the street from our station is his new office.
I was watching the news up here in Boston today, and they were showing his new office space at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
That's where our studio is, right across the street from where he's going to be hanging.
We'll get him on our show.
We're going to get him on for one of our teen shows.
I come in for Teen Week.
All right, Ant, you want the audio from the CNN coverage?
Yeah, this is from CNN, the Voyeur Bus, and our problems we have with that.
You know what they say about people who live in glass houses? Well, a group of scantily clad women living in a glass bus face some legal trouble, and it's not for throwing stones. Our Jeannie Most makes the most of a visit from the Voyeur Bus.
Up there. Remember all the attention lavished on that Ryder truck carrying Florida ballots? Well, that same day in New York, we focused on a bus carrying cargo that made even dimpled ballots seem flat. What was it about this vehicle that had grown men pounding on the windows and standing on a hood to gawk?
All we're doing is making people happy.
We were the half-dozen half-naked women aboard Voyeur Bus, a promotional vehicle for a girly website that claims to champion free speech on the internet. You didn't need speech to read the minds of motorists who pulled up alongside the bus's picture windows.
I'm feeling very overdressed. I know.
Most of the women described themselves as groupies of the Opie and Anthony radio show broadcasting live from the bus.
Let's go back to Ricky's on the Teen Voyeur Bus.
Normally, the bus travels around the country with two models paid to live in it, live in full view of the outside world.
I think we kissed about 50 guys through the window last night.
But 50 paled compared to the crowds the radio show attracted.
For half an hour, they've been running just to catch up with us.
And it wasn't just pedestrians trying to catch a peek. There was the FedEx guy looking like he just received a package from heaven.
Hi, baby! I'll see you on the bus.
Lo and behold, who should appear? Not reindeer, but the police. We saw more than one officer taking Polaroids. Either for evidence or for fun. We don't know which.
I'm having the blast of my life.
Until police finally pulled the bus over and arrested everyone. As for police who at times seem to be giving the bus an escort.
That police officer has been suspended.
That's not right, because there was more than one. They shouldn't take it out on just one cop.
The Voyeur Bus folks have filed a $20 million lawsuit against the city for illegal arrest.
Although it's cold out here, but I just want you all to take a look at these ladies, because one has to wonder why the mayor would want to arrest these ladies for being and dressing in the manner that they dress.
Stupid. They're absolutely stupid. I mean, of course you're going to get arrested if you take your clothes off.
This is the kind of story that gives you goosebumps and leaves you bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
What a nice way to end our inaugural edition of CNN Tonight.
It was their inaugural edition, and they have to do a trash story like that.
And once again, a mayor commenting about something we did.
That's horrible. Of course, if you're naked, you're going to get arrested.
Right.
If I can't see nudity, neither should anyone else. My prostate hurts.
That was a complete mess, as you can tell. Let's go to the phones and talk to some more folks here. Let's plunk down Tom, it looks like. Tom, what's going on? Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Did he give up on us?
Either that or he's listening to the radio in the delay and can't figure it out.
All right, you can hang up on him. Tom goes, hey, guys, you sound much mellower now.
Mellower?
Hey, Tom, have you ever had electric shock?
Electric shock treatments. That's what it seems like. You know, you also got to remember, we used to do a Saturday show up here, and it would start at 10 o'clock, just like this one did. And I was completely annihilated every morning. And that hasn't changed. So
No.
We got in last night so late.
We're weary travelers.
I got to thank the state of Connecticut, who has no clue what salt does on roads. The whole state trying to drive up last night, it was ice, complete ice. and it took quite a while to get up. So, yeah, as usual, I got no sleep. But, do you think we sound mellower? Oh,
No.
do you really think we do?
No, I think we're just trying to wake up here.
Yeah.
Brian.
Hello.
What's going on, Brian?
What are you doing?
We're trying to do a radio show.
Wow, it's great to hear from you.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
By the way, wow continues.
It does?
Yeah.
Well, can you guys start a Whip 'em Out Saturday for us down here?
That's not a bad idea.
That's WAAF.
No, it's cool. If you guys remember the history of our show, we started WOW up here in Boston. A lot of people think that we'd start in New York. That's so not true.
No, we just brought
started
it down there.
in Boston, and the old station we worked for, they were too scared to continue it. They made us stop. If you remember, we got suspended because we refused to stop Whip 'em Out Wednesday, that fine radio promotion.
The memo. Remember the memo we got? That if we even talked about WOW, took any calls about WOW or anything, we would be suspended and or terminated. And we read the memo.
Yeah, we waited for the bosses to leave the studio. Once again, being pussies. And then we read the memo, and we got suspended for I don't even remember anymore. We've been suspended so many times I can't even remember.
For something as dopey as just putting WOW in your car and seeing boobs. I mean, please.
That was the greatest thing ever invented.
Yeah, but they stopped it up here. We went to New York, and the new station, WNEW, just embraced it, and it's huger than huge.
They actually made up stickers, and there's the amount of cars down there that have WOW stickers on them. Amazing.
It's insane. Matter of fact, we got a couple WOW stories that we can tell everyone after we take a break here. How's that?
Yes.
Brian, thanks for calling, man.
Okay.
All right.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We got to talk about the Today Show flashing. Which was absolutely huge. Do we have any audio from that?
We got Matt Lauer. Yeah, I'll see what
We got Matt Lauer talking about Whip 'em Out Wednesday on the Jay Leno show.
Mm-hmm.
Our lives, I'm telling you guys, have drastically changed.
Yeah, it's getting a little out of control.
So we'll talk about that next. We'll also play some music because we want to do that. Just so the brass around here doesn't freak out. Mm-hmm. They're listening in offices somewhere around here.
Oh, they're behind locked doors with 10 buttons to push to just completely remove us from the airwaves.
It's kind of like Big Brother around here. I mean, they're listening very carefully somewhere. We don't know exactly where.
Yeah. Our reputation preceded us. For how bad of a rep we had when we were up here, it has gotten 10 times worse. It really has. We can't do anything without anybody going, oh, you're that guys that did insert really bad thing here.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just, that's the way it's been. And we could go months without really effing up. Well, okay, no, we can't. But if we ever did, it would still be, hey, but you guys are the guys that did this.
Yeah.
So they were so leery, a little nervous about having us come up here and do this. But we're not complete animals. I think we can behave for a day.
Yeah, we're behaving, right?
Yeah.
Stick around for our big finish, though.
He's shaking right now.
I know he is. We want to take a lot of calls today. 617-931-1041. 617-536-8000 as well. If you're just tuning in, it's your old pals Opie and Anthony. We're doing a best boob contest in New York. Anthony and I have done this for many years. The latest ones are up on a bunch of websites. We want the old listeners here in Boston to help us out picking the finalists, or the winner, I should say, at this point. Mm-hmm. So go to WNEW.com and vote for your favorite boobs from our show. Just click on Opie and Anthony. You'll know how to figure that out. Also go to FoundryMusic.com, FOUNDRY, music.com. And we should throw another website at him while we're at it.
Get your pen.
OpieAnthony.com.
Yeah.
That's where the freaks from our radio show hang out on a daily basis.
Yeah. Huge message board.
It's an Opie and Anthony underground culture that, quite frankly, scares the hell out of Anthony and I. Why don't we take a break, Ann, okay?
Cool.
And we'll get into the whole flashing on the Today Show. But after break, we'll play a couple tunes, and then we'll get back into talking. How's that, all right?
Yeah.
It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 104.1. Hey, gang, you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show live from Boston. We're coming back with more of the madness, so stick around.
Yeah, New York listeners, we're being heard live on BCN here and back in New York.
We figured we'd throw our listeners in New York a bone.
And you know what? These unappreciative Fs don't even understand. I'm reading instant feedback from these people. They could email us instantly here in this studio up in Boston, BCN. And I'm getting complaints. Dude, what are you going to do? Just talk about what you did? We'll roll a best of tape at a moment's notice down there.
We'll pull the plug.
We'll pull the plug on New York and you could sit and listen to something you heard 800 times instead of listening to us talk about something.
And that's why
800 times.
That's why I miss the Boston listeners, our old listeners.
Yeah.
They were much more appreciative.
I think you're right.
They were much more understanding.
That's what I'm seeing here on Instant Feedback and on the phone calls. I mean, come on.
How about this, New York? Anthony and I both have body glitter on us.
Body glitter.
And we didn't put it on ourselves, if you know what I'm saying.
And we're coming home with it on.
We're stinking of whore. We're cheating on you bastards down there in New York.
This ought to piss the New York listeners off, because now I would like to explain the body glitter concept.
Okay.
I feel this is a conspiracy. Women have gotten this whole thing together. It's called body glitter. It's a way of tracking us. Because there is no way you come home to your significant other with body glitter on and say you have not had contact with another woman. Doesn't work. Does not work. You've obviously touched somebody that had body glitter on. How you deal with it, how you explain it to your girlfriend or wife, it's a whole nother story. But believe me, you will come home, you will go to the room or the bathroom to wash up, and that stuff does not wash off. And you will turn a certain way, the light will catch it, and bling bling. The chick sees it, it's all over. What's that? What do you got on your neck? Body glitter.
So how about that, New York? We have body glitter all over our bodies.
We're soaked in body glitter.
We're hanging with our old girlfriend. And we're coming back smelling like hoe.
Like hoe.
That's right.
Like when you leave the strip club and you go, whoa, I smell like whore.
All right, 617-931-1041 is the phone number. We want to talk to a lot of our old listeners, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the phones and see if we can get something going on. We are taking calls live, because that's what we do on our new show now. So, Gary, what's going on?
Yes. Hey, first of all, I just want to say welcome home, and really enjoy hearing your bits here on BCN still.
Oh, thank you. They're still playing some of the bits?
Yeah, well, you know, the Al Roker at the sushi bar and the...
that one's getting a little old at this point, huh?
Yeah.
See, New York, they have to deal with it, too.
Yeah. But the actual reason I called is, I'm assuming that you're familiar with Sega Dreamcast.
Yes, of course.
Right. This game called Crazy Taxi. Have you ever played it or seen it?
The one with the wow on the back of all the trucks.
Okay, obviously you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Did you guys have anything to do with that, or?
Well, obviously the person that did that is a fan of our show, and we're still trying to hunt him down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think you guys know in Boston especially that WoW, very original to our old radio show. And then a few years later, it turned up on this video game, and we get email all the time going, dude, WoW made it to Sega Dreamcast.
Crazy Taxi, it's hysterical. You drive behind the trucks, they all got WoW on them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay, I guess, so you've heard this all before.
Yeah, no problem, Gary.
All right, well, thanks a lot, and hey, have a great time today, and I'll be listening.
All right, cool.
Man.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, take care.
Look at that appreciative Boston fan.
Yeah, WoW has just become huge in New York City. Absolutely huge. We got, like, personal stickers now.
Yeah.
Actually, you can get a bumper sticker, a WoW bumper sticker, if you like. I think BCN has their own version, and we got the original version in New York if you want one of those. It's a collector's item.
I think our version is more gooder.
Yeah, we like our version better.
Like, I don't think they really thought we were coming here when they made these up. Like, they really didn't think the relationship was strong enough between Opie and Anthony and BCN.
Yeah.
Still a little shaky. And they did this to throw us a bone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But our names aren't on it.
It's like, oh, I saw that font when I booted up Windows 2000. That comes with the program, right? This font.
All right, this is what I should do. For the old listeners, go to WNEW.com, and there's an address there if you want one of the original WoW stickers, okay?
Yeah.
It's 888 7th Avenue, New York, 10106, if you got a pen. All right?
All right.
Anthony, I also have been informed that this is a little scary, but I guess we should announce this. We're going to hang after the show today.
Who's hanging us? What did we do? Wait a minute.
I guess they set up Atlas on Lansdowne Street.
Yeah?
And you're invited to come down and say, hey, what's up?
Hang out?
Yeah, right after the show, I think, or soon after the show.
Cool.
We might have to go to the hotel and get some showers in and some banging in, but
some banging. You know, that just goes hand in hand. When you go to a hotel and you're with your girl, you just do some of that monkey banging.
Some of that banging. Why not?
Because you know why? you don't have to clean up.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about it.
And the room's free.
The room's
Let's mess it up.
absolutely
Let's
free.
mess it up. So after the show, I think it's Atlas.
Yeah.
Where's that? Jillian's Complex?
Yeah.
And it's going to be on Lansdowne Street sometime after the show. Or, I don't know, around 4, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so come on down if you're in the area. What the hell?
Hang out, grab a beer.
Bad accent on line 2. What? Cheryl, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Cheryl.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
I think you have a fine accent. We promised the New York audience that we'd put some of the bad Boston accents on the radio today, because they're listening back in New York to this mess.
Mine's really bad.
No, it's all right.
It's because I moved to Medford.
There it is. I forgot about that accent. I love it.
It's bad. It's really bad.
So, that's cool. So what's going on, Cheryl?
Not that I'm just psyched to hear you guys are back. I was kind of
thank you.
hoping you'd say, well, we're back in Boston, but I guess we're screwed again.
Well, the funny thing is, like, the paper's all speculating that this is, like, our official return and something's going to happen. You know what?
What?
We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen.
That would be awesome, because I'll tell you, the only reason why I listened to the other station because of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
And I can't believe when they got rid of you, I was really sad.
Yeah.
We were none too happy about it.
Yeah, we were pretty sad when we were let go, too, rudely.
That was...
We were into something pretty good, and it was taken away from us.
But then, you know what? After a while, you realize it's like after you're in a cult or something, and then you get out of it, and you look back and go, wow, you know, that sucked.
Well, yeah, and you know what? You know, they suck now.
The cool thing is, Anthony and I, after we left Boston, we finally were able to become ourselves. And really take it to the limit and really work for a station that really supports us.
Right.
A company that supports most of the time.
They're posting bail money all the time for us.
Oh, awesome.
And that's no joke. I mean, we just told the whole teen Voyeur Bus story where 13 of our guys got arrested.
Oh, God, that's a howl.
That's the other thing. When we were up here in Boston, it was just Anthony and I on the radio. That was it. Now we have like a staff of like 10 or 12 people. It's pretty cool.
Come back to Boston, I'll come work for you.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out something.
That would be so awesome.
Lawyers on retainer.
Yeah. well, thank you, Cheryl.
Well, welcome back for today anyway.
Can you say Medford?
Medford?
Medford.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. You know, we're going to have like dueling accents later on in the show. We'll have like, we'll put a New York guy on and a Boston guy, and they'll just go at it. Brooklyn in the house.
Definitely need Brooklyn and a guy from Boston.
Yeah, so don't forget, we'll be at Atlas on Lansdowne Street after the show today. I think we're going until 3 o'clock.
Yep. Going 3 o'clock.
Unless they yank us before that.
I don't think so.
Stay tuned for our big finish, though. We wanted to tell everyone about the flashing on the Today Show.
Yes. Matt Lauer, Katie Couric, a little thrown, a little flustered.
We should start from the beginning. It's a quick story, don't worry, and then we'll get into some more music. I think we're going to play some Radiohead, in a little bit here. After we left Boston, we continued Whip 'em Out Wednesday in New York. It's huge to this day. Also, we threw another twist into the whole Whip 'em Out Wednesday campaign when we went to New York, and basically it's an assault on the media. Yeah, it may sound familiar to some people up here, but trust me, it's something we started about 3 years ago, and and other people seem to feel that it's such a great idea that they would just flat out take it.
If anyone ever feels the need to verify anything, you go to a place like FoundryMusic.com,
right,
and see stuff from years ago,
right,
when we would ask the listeners to go in front of the news cameras, any live shots, because they happen all the time out in Manhattan, and just get O&A, something to do with the show, just something on that live shot for valuable prizes.
Or a wow sign.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for ever since we left.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a day didn't go by without a news crew getting a wow sign in the picture, or some idiot sometimes checking the actual reporter and screaming Opie and Anthony while they're on the scene of a murder or something. It got ridiculous.
One news guy, he's doing his live shot
outside the David Letterman studio.
Yeah, a couple of our listeners have a wow sign, and it had just snowed. The sidewalk very slippery, so they got to do this fast, because the guys in the control truck for the news, the cameraman and the reporter, guys in the truck will run out and chase the people away with the wow signs. So these two guys start running towards the reporter to flash the wow before the guys in the truck see, and slid on the snow right into the news guy during the live shot and just checked him, and he goes flying.
An old guy that has been doing reports for this TV station for 20, 30 years.
He went flying, and then the guys come out of the truck and chase our listeners down the street. And you see, it's like some kind of cop thing, because the camera's still on, and now the cameraman turned the camera away from the news guy that just got checked, and he's watching the guys chasing the guy down the street. So the reporter had to go, over here, over here, over here. And then the camera guy pointed it back at the reporter. And what a professional. He got done with his report.
So that was just one incident, but we were doing it for a really long time. Assault on the media.
Yeah.
With wow signs and girls flashing and stuff. So then we went for the ultimate prize, and that was to get some lady to flash her boobs on the Today Show. Because we've all seen the Today Show, and they had the cameras outside the studio and stuff, and they talked to all the rubes from all over the United States of America. So
we put the challenge out when we first got there.
Right.
It was our first goal was to get some type of recognition. We want a girl to go to the Today Show. Now, you've seen this show. They have all the rubes from all over the country with their signs. Hi, Billy Bob. I'm from Kansas. And they got the signs and everything, and the camera pans the crowd before they go to Fat Al Roker to do the weather. Well, we offered $1,000 to the first girl that got her boobs live on the Today Show. And it took a long time. It took about 2 years. And one day, there it was. The camera's panning the audience. Everyone's waving with their signs. This very innocent-looking girl standing there. Camera pans by her. She just lifts her shirt up. Boobs flop out. She's got a big wow.
Wow sticker. The official wow sticker on her stomach.
And that was it.
And Katie Couric was just freaked out.
She lost her mind. She's just looking. Her jaw dropped. Matt Lauer started chuckling. And we found out later, because now, Opie, being employees of NBC television.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
The NBC network.
That's right.
We found out that Matt Lauer really loved it. And the tapes went all over. They passed the tapes around. And the girl came up, claimed it, and we had to go down to the ATM. And Opie and I take out $500 each because the station wasn't fessing up for this. Out of our own pockets. I was freaking.
Here's something that Boston should understand, too. We still don't make any money.
Yeah. Somehow, some way.
So
we've been in Penthouse, we're on TV, we got a #1 show in New York. Somehow we still don't make enough where taking $500 out of the bank isn't devastating. Whew. But, yeah, she did it. We paid her off, made an extra.
Well, the clip was played on every newscast in America.
Yeah.
CNN once again. And then Jay Leno was doing spoofs on it. He had Matt Lauer on talking about the wowing. And talking about this stupid radio promotion in New York called Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it got some legs, and it got us some sick exposure. We want to play the Matt Lauer clip from Jay Leno. We didn't bring it up here to Boston, so we're going to try to find it in New York and maybe play it that way. So stick around for that, okay?
All right.
A guy wants to talk to us on the line here, and then we'll go back to music. Let's see if
Hello?
Kevin?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Chilling, man.
Where are you from?
South Headley.
All right, right on. What do you got?
I was in the stands the day with Wheelchair Fred. Been waiting 2.5 years to scream at Anthony.
Come on.
We told this story on the air yesterday in New York.
Just told it yesterday.
Kevin
just told the story yesterday in New York.
Yeah. Kevin is referring to the time we tried to make Wheelchair Fred walk.
I thought I was a faith healer that day and put my hand on his head and told him to walk. And he was like, I can walk. I can walk.
I remember it, man.
He got up and fell flat on his face, and the people in the club wanted to
They
kill
told the story
us.
in New York?
Yes, we did, Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You held me on hold for 40 minutes, and you're giving me this?
Well, what do you got?
What is wrong with you?
Do you have anything else? No. All right. Thank you, Kevin. You want to talk about the Wheelchair Fred thing, or you want to just move on here?
Yeah, we'll move on.
All right. Why don't we play a tune? Regroup here. It's Opie and Anthony. It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 104.1.
Now, get ready for our guests. Back in Boston, Opie and Anthony on Boston's Alternative Rock, WBCN Boston.
gets ugly in New York. We yell at our listeners. They yell back. We have this very strange relationship with our listeners.
It's a hate-hate relationship.
So we're telling them, you know what? We'll pull the plug anytime, man. So you can't listen in to what we're saying to our old friends here in Boston who are very cool to us.
Right.
And they're like, well, we can play that game, too. We're going to go tune in another radio station.
Yeah.
See, we'll show you.
Yeah, I don't understand how that goes.
All right. So, yeah, here we are in the WBCN studios.
Never thought we'd be here.
No.
But it's cool.
If you're just tuning in, we got lots going on. We really do. We have our latest Best Boob contest, something Anthony and I have done for many years.
Yeah.
And we have the 13 finalists for this year's competition up on WNEW.com and FoundryMusic.com. That's FOUNDRY music.com. And we want the old listeners from Boston to help us out and pick the winner of this boob contest, right?
Yeah, another thing that the New York listeners are tooling on is the fact that, the Boston listeners get to vote on the 13 finalists without having to go through the misery of looking at the 65 original girls that were on there. We had to suffer, why don't they? That's what they're saying.
Yeah, we had 60 really ugly pictures up there. Well, not all of them.
We didn't say this to the girls when they came up.
No.
They're showing their breasts to us, and we're taking pictures, putting them up on a website, and well, let's just say there were a few, almost all of them,
a few messes
that were a mess.
Dare I say it, Anthony?
Yeah.
The girls of Boston, much cuter.
Much hotter. Gotta say. Right now they're throwing their computers out the window, their radios, they're freaking out in New York.
So you guys got to understand, here in Boston, we're just trying to piss off the New York audience. We're trying to get them back. We punish them all the time, don't we?
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, we got to talk about Gay Marco eating the peach.
Oh.
Well, we're trying to tell everyone what we've been up to since being rudely interrupted.
Thrown out of
we had a good thing going, and next thing you know, we were out on the street wondering what the hell was going to happen, and we lucked out and ended up in New York.
We were thrown out of Worcester, Opie.
Which story do you want to tell? You want to tell the Gay Marco eating the peach story?
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Hey!
There's Gay Marco.
This is Gay Marco.
Hey! Impossible!
Okay.
This guy is so completely gay.
Right.
Very flamboyant.
See, I'm a little scared to tell some of our bits up here, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want them done really bad like a lot of the other things that we've done in the past, but I guess we'll have to take that chance to let everyone know what we've been up to.
Yeah, well, then if you hear it later on down the line somewhere else, you'll know, I knew Opie and Anthony did this. We have this guy, Gay Marco. He's a huge fan of actor-comedian Jay Moore, who's become a very good friend of the show. You might have seen Jay. Well, nowhere. But no, I'm kidding.
He'll call.
Please. You ever see the movie Mafia?
Yeah.
That's Jay Moore.
Right.
You ever see
Jerry Maguire?
Jerry Maguire. His real name's Tom Cruise. No, he was the guy that was Tom Cruise's boss in the agency. And this guy, Gay Marco, huge fan of Jay Moore. We had Jay in on the show, and Marco called and had gay phone sex
with Jay Moore.
It was quite entertaining. And Jay just plays right along with it.
And this is how we punish our listeners. We have, gay phone sex sometimes. Yeah. Just because we, want to piss people off.
And they get pissed.
Right.
So Jay Moore was in again after that, and Marco called and wanted to come in. And we invited him to come in and meet his hero, Jay Moore. So Marco comes in. He's wearing hot pants that just gave him a disgusting wedgie. And a belly shirt. He brought a crop. He brought all kinds of, a riding crop. And he loved it. Jay Moore drew a bullseye on his ass. It was disgusting.
It really was.
So now he's become kind of part of the show. He calls in when we talk about the gay issues. And this is great. He wanted to win NSYNC tickets. NSYNC playing. Now, why the hell did we have NSYNC tickets? So we could get people to do effed up stuff. So Gay Marco wanted to go. We said, if you want to go to NSYNC, we'll give you these tickets. What you have to do is we will supply a girl to come down to the station. She will sit on that couch in the corner. She will be naked. You will then, for the first time in your life, eat a peach. If you know what I mean. Little code word there.
Going down.
Eat a peach.
Eat a peach. I'm just,
And he had to do it for the duration of an NSYNC song.
Right.
And he did.
Here's a guy, though, you got to stress. Never kissed a girl. I don't even think he ever held hands in, like, kindergarten with a girl or anything.
Terminal gay.
Terminal gay. He had to do it for the entire duration of an NSYNC song.
Yeah.
How bad was the kid drooling?
It was really bad. He actually put a bib on. He put a bib on when he did this, and he was drooling. And the girl is just... She's laughing.
You know, we have a picture of the girl on WNEW.com in the Opie and Anthony section.
Yeah.
It's Jen. I think it's picture 2 in our best boob contest. That's the hot piece of ass that Marco had to, do the thing with the peach.
And he was disgusted. He goes, I don't want to do this. And we were trying to guide him through it. We're saying, okay, Marco, look, get a good look at it first. Just get a good look. She will now disrobe. You get a good look. The second she took the panties off, he went, oh, my God, what's coming out of there? No, he'd never seen one.
Yeah.
He had never seen one, never done anything like that in his life, and he was freaking out. But he did it. And the girl's laughing, just going, this is the worst I've ever had in my life.
I think we have audio of that.
No.
Yeah.
Did you bring it?
Yeah, in our pile of crap over there. Maybe we can find just a little piece. It's a really long bit, because now our bits go on for hours now. In the old days, they went on for like 2 minutes, butt plug, butt plug, butt plug. Okay.
Butt plug.
All right, here's Kid Rock. Butt plug. But now this stuff goes on for hours.
Yeah.
And hours and hours and hours.
Well, if we could find a piece of that a little later that really shows how disgusted he was and how badly he was doing this.
We'll have to give it to the censors to make sure they're okay with this. It's a little racy.
Yeah.
But he did it, and he got his NSYNC tickets.
Yeah.
It was a sick day in the WNEW studio. So
not one of the. That's not really odd for the show. We've had a few sexual things go on the show.
Let me go to the phone real fast.
Some have gotten people in trouble. Some have gotten people fired.
Yeah, we got to tell that story next. Psycho Mark getting fired. Nancy, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, where are you from?
Hey, I'm in Jamaica Plain now, but I'm from Long Island.
Long Island?
Yeah, and I moved up here 8 months ago. I got to tell you, it was really hard leaving your radio show.
Oh, thanks.
I missed it. You guys are the best.
Well, we left a lot of people when we left up here.
I know. That's what I heard.
So, well, thanks, Nancy.
You're welcome. Hey, I noticed that the Boston sports fans are a little sensitive up here.
What do you mean?
A little sensitive about their baseball team. Let's go Yankees.
Well, I got to be honest, the Met fans not much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, Nancy?
It was a bad day for them. Oh, I just want to say, New York girls are much hotter than these Boston geeks.
Thanks. See?
And I love how you guys solve the homeless problem back home.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, too, as well. We're just trying to get everyone caught up, because we've had a lot of stuff happen to us since we left Boston.
Yeah, I'm going to listen. I'm going to stay tuned in, and...
all right.
Thanks a lot. It's great to have you guys back.
Hey, thanks, Nancy.
Take care.
All right. We should remind people after the radio show today, I think we're going till 3 unless they pull the plug. We're going to Atlas on Lansdowne Street to hang out, have some beers with our listeners and stuff.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Nancy.
I'll be there.
I thought I hung up on you. Okay. We'll see you at Atlas on Lansdowne Street.
Oh, something else I want to bring up.
Yeah.
If you remember, if you were a listener of our show when we were here 3-4 years ago, whatever it was, you will remember we said one of these days we are just going to be gone from the airwaves. We will disappear. No one will be able to talk about us. You will tune in. The Slappy and Wappy show will be on. Remember that? We used to talk about this all the time. We'd say, one of these days, we are going to F up and be gone, and we're not going to be able to explain what happened. And it indeed happened exactly like that. The Slappy Wappy show, us being gone.
And the funny thing is, we tell New York all the time the exact same thing.
We say it all the time.
And they don't believe us.
They don't
believe us. Like, you just wait.
When we're on down in New York on NEW, we say it. Whenever we're doing things that we think we're treading on that dangerous ground, we say, one of these days, we're going to F up. You're not going to hear us. We will be gone. There's no going on the next day and saying goodbye to the listeners. It's over, John.
Right. Let's talk about Psycho Mark getting fired, and then maybe we'll give something away. So it sounds like we're doing like a real show here in Boston.
I think your music, Opie, your segs.
You like my music selection?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Please.
One of the guys from our show, Psycho Mark, got fired.
Yeah.
Got fired, and it's an interesting story. It has something to do with Boston, too.
Yeah.
You might have even heard us on Nick Carter's show when we were broadcasting from the Sam Adams Brewery. That was, what, in the summertime, I think? July or so?
Late July.
Late July? Well, we came up to the Sam Adams Brewery. Thank you, Jim Cook, who's a very good friend of our radio show in New York.
He was when we were up here, too, and he came down to New York a bunch of times and did our show.
We were able to bring the whole show up to the brewery. Unfortunately, Boston wasn't able to hear it, but we went on Nick's show to say hey and all that.
Yeah.
And the way we were giving away the trips to join us for this fine trip to Boston to the brewery was a simple little contest called Sex for Sam.
Sex for Sam. It's easy. What we did was we got together this point system, various point values for having sex at different locations around the city.
Right.
Public locations around the city.
Right. So we got some couples together, and basically we set them loose in New York City, in Manhattan,
with an escort to verify
that
their
they were
sexual
having sex.
activity.
Like, the escort had to make sure there was going on, okay?
Yeah, they had to really have real sex.
In public, all over the city.
It didn't matter how long it was, there just had to be the act of sex happen for, even if it was just a second.
Right.
So a little quickie.
So they had a list of things like sex in front of a homeless guy, 5 points. Sex on one of those double-decker tour buses, 10 points.
Sex in front of the hot dog vendor.
It's
5 points.
Right. Sex in a hotel lobby. Sex in the middle of Times Square.
A big point value is sex in Tiffany's.
Which is such an insane exclusive jewelry store in New York City. I don't think I have to explain that. We all know that. And, yeah, couples were having sex in the middle of Tiffany's around people, and most people had no clue.
In Central Park.
Central Park.
Didn't we have at 30 Rockefeller Center, the NBC?
Yeah.
Jeez, I forgot about that. So 3 times we screwed over NBC.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, too. Also, sex in a cab.
Yeah.
Sex in themed restaurants. It
like
goes
the
on.
Hard Rock.
So they had a whole list, and they were calling the show all day going, like Ben, who's helping us at the radio show up here, who's from Boston, by the way, and actually spent many time here at BCN. He now works on our show. Ben was one of the guys that was an escort, and he would call and go, okay, my couple's having sex in a cab. And we're like, okay, that couple gets 5 points. Make a long story short, the couples that had the most point total was invited to join us on our Boston trip to the brewery.
Now, you're forgetting about one important feature.
No, I was leaving that for you. The
bonus point.
The 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion on this Sex for Sam contest was if you got backdoor action in public. Now, we were just looking for sex.
Regular sex.
But if the couple did backdoor action in any of these locations, you got an extra 2 points.
That's right.
And the 2 points did come into play.
Many times. One couple,
they only did it that way.
Right, okay, yeah.
What a mess.
So one of the things on the list for this Sex for Sam contest was sex in the boss's office.
Yeah.
Once again, proving that Opie and Anthony never learn.
It's our general manager, Ken Stevens,
who runs a lot of radio stations for the company we now work for.
He's our big boss.
Right. And he has this really, really nice
corner office
glass, so you can see everything that's going on in his office at any given time.
Nice furniture in there, too.
Leather furniture.
Nice leather couch.
He overlooks the streets of Manhattan. Gorgeous skyline view.
This was horrid.
So he threw it on the list like it would be a biggie, like 25 points if you have sex in the boss's office.
Yeah.
So Psycho Mark, his name fits perfectly. His couple, they were absolutely insane.
Yeah. And they were the ones that were doing the backdoor action everywhere.
Right. And the competition got so heated that Psycho Mark was thinking the only way I'm going to be able to put this over the top and have my couple win is to have my couple have sex in the general manager's office.
With the 2-point conversion.
He decided to go for the 2-point conversion, or have his couple go for the 2-point conversion.
In the boss's office.
In the boss's office, on the leather couch, where a lot of big deals have gone down for the radio station.
So now what Psycho Mark does is he calls us up and says, all right, I'm making my way back to the station. We got one more stop, the boss's office. because I really want this couple to get those points. And we know they've been the ones with the back door for the whole time. So we're like, oh, my God, he's going to bring them into the boss's office to do this. Well, now our PD, Jeremy, goes running to the boss's office as Psycho Mark is coming up at the couple and goes, what are you doing? I'm getting points for my team.
By the way, Psycho Mark from Boston as well.
Yeah, blows past him.
Yeah.
The couple lays on the couch in our GM's office and proceeds to engage in backdoor action.
That's right.
On the boss's couch.
While people were going about their daily business at the radio station.
Yeah.
You got to understand where this office is. It's a very busy section of the radio station.
It has nothing to do with the broadcast facility. And it's on the other side of the building.
And we've all seen the sexual harassment tapes.
I think this would qualify.
Yeah, this would be a serious problem if you did this at your job.
This is right over the top.
Right.
So, Jeremy, our program director, is looking in the window at Psycho Mark, shaking his head with this look of horror on his face.
Basically saying, do not do it. Your job is in jeopardy if you don't listen to me.
Psycho Mark's on the phone with us live on the air going,
This is great. My couple's having backdoor action on the boss's couch. Unbelievable.
And then he goes, oh, what? Okay. Guys, I think I'm in big trouble.
Jeremy is so pissed off at me. Oh, my God.
And then hang up. And then he was gone.
He got fired immediately.
And it was called gross insubordination. And gross it was.
So he got fired for having, can you say AS on the radio up here?
We do it down there. Just anal.
All right, yeah, I got fired for having a couple have anal on the boss's couch.
On the boss's couch.
Right.
There you go. An ode to Psycho Mark.
Another lovely story. All right, we got lots to do, Anthony, obviously. It's Opie and Anthony. We're back in Boston, and honestly, we really want to thank WBCN for having us back.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff has been said and written, but the truth needs to be told. BCN, ever since we got fired, was nothing but cool to us.
Yeah.
Nothing but cool to us. Opened their arms to us.
And it didn't take long.
We had some problems, but we definitely worked it out. It wasn't like, let's just forget about the past. It was,
a lot of
healing had to happen, and it did.
But you know something? A lot of people thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was.
Right.
Because when you're firing shots at each other, no matter who it is or what it is, and you really can't see the person, and it's far away, and you're separated, like we were on different radio stations. It's easy to sling crap around, you know. But then when you hook up, you're hanging out, having a few beers, you realize, hey, this ain't so hard, We just hook up, get together, have some fun, and that's what it's been like with the people at BCN. And they've been really cool, like Ope said right from the start. And
it also needs to be said, we don't want to rehash the past too much, but this needs to be said too. Anthony and I, to this day, have not talked to management of the other station since we've been fired.
No, they refused.
They just turned their backs on us, and you need to know that.
They refused to talk to us.
And I'll just throw this little tidbit out there. Mm-hmm. Anthony and I, our contract's up in 3 months. Yeah. Anyone could hire us. Yeah. We have not gotten a call.
No.
You need to know that, okay?
Yeah.
Even if we got the call at this point, trust me, we're not going back. But just a little information for you, okay?
A lot of people were saying over there, oh no, we offered, they didn't want to come back. No, it wasn't even, there wasn't any offer out there. It never happened. We had a lot of problems with them after we got the boot. Nobody was. We didn't get a call from any of the management. Anything, would have been nice.
Right.
You know who called? BCN.
That's right.
There's the bottom line.
All right. Well, enough of that, though, because that's been rehashed a lot, but we just want to say something about that today. Okay, Anthony, we're going to be here until 3, and then we're going to Atlas on Lansdowne Street to have some beers with our old listeners. If you feel like hanging out with us, great. If not, we understand. We would love to shake some hands and see some old faces, right?
Don't get any body glitter on you.
No,
all over, Johnny.
But it's Atlas on Lansdowne Street in the Julian's compound. Whatever. Help me out, Ben. You tool.
The compound.
The compound.
And the compound.
Right. Okay.
That's where I allegedly assault people sexually.
Why don't we give something away here, Anthony? Ooh, wow.
What have we got?
How about a pair of tickets to see Orgy?
Orgy!
At the Palladium in Worcester on March 3rd. We'll take what, the 10th caller? Which number do we go to? 931-1041. All right, 617-931-1041. For you New York tools, do not call. Let the Boston people win the tickets.
Oh, great. Great.
What are you going to make a 3.5-hour, ride to Worcester to see Orgy? Let the Boston people go see Orgy, okay?
We so should have had them go to break in New York before we did that.
No.
Live and learn.
No, but Ben's from Boston. He could tell who's from New York and who's from Boston by just talking to people.
Great.
So he'll figure it out, all right? Orgy tickets to the Palladium in Worcester on March 3rd. Ben will take care of that.
What's it to you? I'm from Framingham.
And something else I want to mention, OpieAnthony.com. That's where the freaks of our show from New York hang out, and I think they would love to hear from some of the Boston people, okay? It's like an Opie and Anthony underground culture.
Dude, they hate when people from New York check in.
Yeah.
Like it's a fraternity.
It's an underground culture that scares the living daylights out of Ant and I. So, all right, we'll be back. It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 104.1. Hey, guys, it's O&A. You know, this isn't quite syndication, but it might be as close as we'll ever get. Keep it on WNEW so you won't miss any of our Opie and Anthony live show from Boston.
102.7 WNEW is the Sports Guys at 5 a.m., the Radio Chick at 9, Ron and Fez at noon, Opie and Anthony at 3, Don and Mike at 7.
I want to remind everyone, we're asking you to join us after the show today at Atlas on Lansdowne Street for an after-show beer. We'd love to see some familiar faces.
Yeah. I know there were a lot of people that used to show up at the road shows we used to do and some of the live appearances. It'd be fun to see some of them if they can make it down.
Also, later on in this show, one of our good friends is stopping by.
Yeah.
Jim Breuer.
Jim Breuer.
From SNL fame, of course.
Yeah.
Half-Baked.
Ever see Half-Baked?
Very funny guy. He's a regular on our show in New York, and he just happens to be up here playing the Comedy Connection.
Is it the Connection?
I think so, right?
It better be.
It better be,
now that
right.
You said it.
We like the gang at the Comedy Connection. They've always been nice to us. He's playing 2 shows tonight. I think we're all going to go there after we drink all day.
Yeah, this is going to be just a night of partying.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, what do you want to do, Ed? You want to go to the phone?
Yeah, see what the hell's going on.
All right, let's talk to Alex. Alex, what's going on?
Hey, not much. I'm just driving around Brighton right now.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, so where do I fall? I've been living in Boston for about 8 years now.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm from the Bronx. I can tell you all about the differences between the girls, too.
All right, which girls are hotter? Boston girls or New York girls?
Let's put it this way. If you want to get laid with some stupid hooker, go to New York. If you want to have somebody that looks really good on your arm, you stay in Boston. But if you want a girlfriend, you really have to go for a Midwestern girl that you can find here in Boston or in New York or something like that. That's the breakdown right there.
Well, look at that. Pros and cons of both sides, Opie.
All right, thank you, Alex.
All right, man.
All right,
cheap slut, New York.
Let's go to Jimmy. He's from Southie.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
Yankees suck. You gotta stop talking about New York.
All right. You know, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but you brought it up. Yankees suck?
Yes.
And who do you like? What team do you like?
Well, I think I like the Red Sox.
Okay. All right, do I even have to say anything?
I don't know.
Opie?
Jimmy, I agree with you. I hate the Yankees, too.
Well, now that's true. Opie, a huge Met fan.
Met.
You're going to ruin it.
Stop.
Shut up.
Come on.
Everyone knows I'm a Red Sox fan.
That's sad.
We were up here for 3 years. I was rooting on the Sox.
Now, let me tell you something. Everybody knows, even before we were up here for the first time. Oh, look, listening to the delay.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Even before we were up here, we were originally from New York. So we had our allegiance to teams. Mine has always been the New York Yankees. And every time you go out, the Boston fans always start the Yankees suck chant. And I just don't understand it. I don't get the chant. How do you say Yankees suck when they always end up in the World Series and usually win it?
Well, because they bought the team.
Who cares?
I know.
Bottom line.
I can't be in on this argument because I'd lose every time.
Well, I wasn't even going to bring it up.
But the Subway Series was absolutely insane down in New York.
Yeah, the gunfire, the strangulations, the knifings. You think the Sox and the Yanks have a rivalry. When you get Met fans and Yankee fans together, it was out of control.
And speaking of the Yankee-Met rivalry, remember the time we called the White House?
Yeah.
Another thing that almost got us fired.
If this was a sitcom, right now everything would go fuzzy and it would go to the segment.
Scooby-Doo.
Remember when that happened? Bling, 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 bling. Yeah, Hillary Clinton is, of course, one of the fine senators now from New York State. And when she was running, she would try to come off like she was a real New Yorker. And she had no allegiance to any sports team. She knew nothing about New York. She's quite a tool. And we figured, hey, if she's such a big fan of New York and a big fan of the Yankees, we were going to give her some tickets, give her some seats to watch the game at Yankee Stadium. So we called up the White House.
Looking for Hillary Clinton.
Offer her the tickets. And the trouble was brewing when the Secret Service once again get involved. You can't try to get in touch with these people without the Secret Service really getting on your case. And there were, these wacky rules about permission to be on the air and things like that kind of got thrown in. It led to another meeting that almost got us thrown out.
And the company we are working for, they were in the middle of a tiny little thing called a billion-dollar merger.
Well, multi-billion-dollar
merger.
Viacom-CBS merger.
Once again, showing you guys, we haven't learned a thing since leaving Boston.
It never ends. Another thing is the whole connection now with NBC. I got to tell you something. The station we went to after we got fired from Boston, WNEW, was just the biggest crap hole wasteland of a radio station. Nothing going on there. They were playing classic rock. And we got there, and all we would hear from the 3 listeners that were left listening to the station was, shut up and play some Creedence. Like 3 old hippies still listening to the station. And we had just come from an active rock station. We were out and about up here, having a great time with listeners.
Interviewing all the latest bands. We felt like we were hip and happening.
And then we hear from our boss, hey, guys, 5 o'clock today. John Cougar Mellencamp coming in. We're like, oh, my God, shoot me, Opie, shoot me.
And we're sitting in our studio in New York going, and everyone back in Boston is convinced that we got fired on purpose to make our careers better. If they only knew.
The big rumor that we did it on purpose, we got fired so we could go back to New York.
We're like, if they only knew. The jock on before us had 1 lung and was 72 years old.
72.
No joke.
Yeah.
He's a legend. His name's Scott Muni. I mean, he's a when it comes to radio and music, he's a legend.
He was there on the runway when the Beatles landed. He was there. That's his voice.
That's Scott Muni.
Listen to you could just hear like the phlegm in his lungs. That's him smacking his lips after a break.
Right.
He would get like his teeth are falling out.
And he would do these breaks, and you could hear him struggling for air because he was down to 1 lung at this point.
Now another Beatles block on WNEW.
That's exactly how he sounded.
And this is what we had to deal with. This is what we got fired on purpose for. So when we got to the station, it was just the biggest crap hole. So we really had to make some noise to be even noticed in New York City. So we would do things that would get us in trouble.
Right.
Because that's the best way to get noticed.
Of course. And that's when we invented this whole assault on the media thing.
Right, because the company wasn't spending dime one on NEW. We were convinced that it was some form of tax write-off that had to fail in order for them to make money. So they threw us on there as a punishment for what we did up here. We were convinced that it was a punishment by CBS and Infinity Broadcasting for what we did when we were up here. So we were like, let's assault the media with signs and whatnot.
Signs saying, Opie and Anthony show, wow signs, trying to get girls to flash like we mentioned earlier. And any sign related to the show.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really familiar to some of you guys out there, but we did this like 2 years ago, whatever. But go ahead, Anthony.
We had held back what we called the A-bomb. This is the atomic bomb of signs that will go on live television.
Right.
And whenever we felt like we needed a little more press, a little publicity, a little boost to get people to know who we are and get on the news and get in the papers, there was always the A-bomb to drop. One day, it finally happened. It was Channel 4 News in New York, which is NBC. NBC New York. Network news. Woman doing a live broadcast from Times Square.
About the double-decker tour buses.
Tour buses, yeah. They go to her live. She's doing her little break.
All right, well, okay. I just want to make people understand that at this point, you know, the media was getting attacked from all angles with wow signs, Opie and Anthony signs, to the point where the reporters, when they were doing their live shots, had to do it from on top of the van, the station van, because they wanted to get away from the psycho listeners from our show.
At ground level. It was known that they would now hire security people to keep the people with signs away from their live broadcast.
Put it this way, we have video of people getting tackled live on TV with their wow signs and their Opie and Anthony signs. I mean, absolutely insane.
That's pretty funny.
All right, so, this poor reporter, Melissa Russo,
Melissa Russo.
And Melissa, if you're listening in New York, because the show is going back to New York, it wasn't about you. You just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Innocent bystanders sometimes get caught in the crossfire.
So she's on top of her little news van doing her report, because she wasn't stupid enough to be on the sidewalk next to our listeners. Well, the listeners down in New York, very smart.
Yeah.
They boosted someone on their shoulders, and they had a sign.
The A-bomb
that
sign.
is now all over the internet.
Yeah.
All over the place. The sign was the C word.
The C word.
The C word.
The big C word.
The C word.
You know, see you next Tuesday.
Correct.
Is what they sometimes call it.
In big letters that appeared right behind her head while she was trying to do her news report.
Derogatory term for female anatomy.
I think we all know what the C word is, Anthony.
Oh, do you remember trying to describe it back in New York? I would expect the Boston listeners a little more educated than our New York listeners, so maybe they could pick up on it easier. But I remember having to explain 800 effing times what the C word was. What, cake? What did you... Why hold the sign that said cake? Jack off. So we got the A-bomb. It was in the newspapers, on the news. They cubed it out on the news, but there it was, the C word, the A-bomb. And now... after things like showing live boobs on the Today Show,
which is NBC,
too.
The C word on
NBC, because we would tell our listeners, you steer clear of CBS, because CBS owns Infinity.
And we're not stupid.
No, you know something? We had to be told not to do CBS because we had done it like 3 times. So we figured we'd pick on NBC. Opie and I now employed by NBC Television.
That's right. Making our national debut tonight. Unfortunately, it's not going to be on in Boston.
Yeah, how about that?
But we signed on to do a little thing called the XFL Game Day Show.
Yes, we're the pre-game show for the XFL. It's, where is it? It's in L.A., Chicago it airs, New York City.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not in Boston.
Other markets to be added, we're hearing. But it's a real big deal. It's on tonight at 7:30, Anthony.
Vince McMahon of the WWF, let me tell you something. I want these 2 asswipes on my show. A tag team match. Anal on the couch. I like these guys.
So Vince picked us up, and we are now involved with the
fine folks of NBC Sports.
Yeah.
Getting bad press in many markets now instead of one.
Well, you know how it is with the XFL. A lot of traditional football fans and sportscasters, they want to see this go away as quickly as possible. They cannot believe anyone would want to watch football unless it was the NFL. And personally, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, regardless of if we work there or not, because to tell you the truth, before we even got the job with the XFL Game Day, we were pushing it like it was fun, because it sounds fun. I love the no fair catch rule.
Yeah.
People are just going to get creamed. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
You watch a race, you want to see cars crash. You watch a football game, you want to see people butt heads and really get effed up.
Anthony, this just in, too. Tonight, BCN's XFL kickoff party joined Callie at Jillian's to watch the inaugural game starting at 7:30.
7:30.
And we're going to be at Jillian's tonight, actually at Atlas, which is part of Jillian's, right after the show today, to hang out with some of our former listeners, some old faces hopefully showing up, and we're going to have some beers tonight. tonight, right after this fine radio show that we're trying to put on here at WBCN. Want to go to the phones real fast, then we'll take a break? All right, let's talk to Rusty. Rusty, what's up?
Actually, this is Ox.
Hey, Ox, what's up?
I'm glad to have Opie and Anthony back. 3 years ago when they got booted out, I said that was the last straw. I headed down south for the last 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was subject to listening to John Boy and Billy, the two big rednecks, which was still better than the depths at which BCN stooped.
Yeah.
And,
so what's going on, Rusty?
Well, it sucks. Anyway, I'm just glad to have you guys back, and,
all right.
And, what's that?
Nothing. Wait, I want to talk to him some more, man. Thank you, Ox, actually. Hey, Norman, what's going on?
Hey, man, I miss Opie. How's that sound?
Oh, man.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear what he just said.
But don't repeat it either.
Thank you, Norman.
Anyway, wait a minute.
No.
You remember that bit you did one time on AAF with that fat lady who won the tickets?
What, the Donna Summer ones?
Oh, my God.
Donna
She was
Summer
complaining
ticket.
about the seats.
Oh, yeah.
And you ripped her a new a-hole.
Oh, that was for the Aerosmith
And listen,
tickets,
we got some fans that got to say hi real quick, okay?
Hurry.
Come on, guys. We got the whole family here.
We're number one with the kids, Anthony.
Absolutely. I had to turn it down a few notches a couple times, you know, with the...
Just a few notches.
All right. Get back on, guys.
When you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
Thank you, Norman. All right, want to take a break, Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Opie and Anthony. We're back.
Yeah.
At WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock 1041. Hey, gang, you're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show live from Boston. We're coming back with more of the madness, so stick around.
It's better than his little wheel. Careful now, he's right beside me. Oh, Gerbil, go. One thing I forgot about, how am I supposed to get you out? So now my gerbil's on easy street. It's warm and cozy and there's plenty to eat. The situation is beyond my control. Find a way to get him out of his hole. I try crowbars, I try wires. I almost hurt him with a pair of pliers. I try cheese, but he's not biting. I wish this wasn't so exciting. Go, Gerbil, go. Such a sucker. Please get out, you furry. I think I am getting ill. Suddenly, he's very, very still. Now it's too late. My gerbil died. I guess I have committed gerbicide. Some advice, it's very clear cut. If you love your gerbil, little fairy gerbil in your booty hole. All right.
Wow.
The gerbil song.
Thank you.
The only time you'll ever hear that on the radio.
Hope you taped it.
Let's get on with It's Opie and Anthony on Boston's Alternative Rock, WBCN, Boston.
TV on. Boom. Hours of coverage now. And the news is working it like it's the Oscars. I couldn't get away from it. It's on every channel.
Opie and Anthony.
I'll give somebody in programming, whoever it is, I'll give them like $500 under the table to shut these guys up for a little while. Play some music or something.
Look at these gorgeous creatures. They're gorgeous.
Thought I heard it all. Anthony!
Some kind of superhero. I don't know what they would call.
Opie and Anthony.
I could say it's
Opie and Boston.
Yeah, we're back in Boston. That's right. It's Opie and Anthony, your old pals. And we have lots going on today, don't we, Anthony?
Oh, yes.
We're going to hang here for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Play a few tunes, tell a few stories. We actually have a guest.
Yeah, we do.
Jim Breuer from SNL fame. He's coming down. He's a real good friend of ours. And he just happens to be up here playing the Comedy Connection tonight. Very funny guy. If you want to go see Jim, you should call the Comedy Connection. The tickets go fast for Jim Breuer, right?
That's right.
And right after the radio show today here at WBCN, we're going to Atlas on Lansdowne Street to kind of hang and have some beers. If you want to join us, great. But we'd love to see some of you guys, okay?
Come on down.
You want to go to the phones, Anthony?
Yeah, have we had one really successful phone call since we've been here today?
No.
Oh, my God.
But that's okay. Also, for everyone listening, this show is on in New York and on in Boston.
Yeah.
We have our boob contest that is currently happening on our radio show at WNEW in New York. We have the finalists of the O&A Boob Contest on WNEW.com and FoundryMusic.com, FOUNDRY music.com. And we're inviting the Boston listeners to help us out with the contest and vote for your favorite pair that is being displayed on WNEW.com, right, Ann?
Right.
There's some winners up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear, though, we're having a problem with some of the sounds coming out of here.
Yeah, the New York show is not getting the sounds.
I'd like to run a test.
Okay.
If I could.
Sure. Go ahead.
And then they could instant feedback and tell me if they hear this lovely clip from Full Metal Jacket.
Your days of finger-banging, old Mary Jane Rottencrotch through her pretty pink panties are over.
You had to pick that one, huh?
Well, after they shredded Steven's song.
All right, 617-931-1041 if you want to say hi or talk about something, no problem. And 617-536-8000. Let's go to the phones and see who's checking in. Uh-oh, a New York caller. Mike, what's going on?
What's going on, Opie, man?
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I just wanted to call and say you guys are doing a great job.
It's a little different than the regular show, huh?
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's cool. I like listening to the older stuff, the old stuff that we did in New York and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to say that I'm going to check you guys for some bling-bling when you come back to New York.
Yes, check us for bling-bling.
A little bit of bling-bling.
Yeah, Mike referring to body glitter.
Yeah,
you got to watch out for that.
That's it. You got to watch out for it. See, I can't go to strip clubs anymore. My wife watches for it.
We'll be faithful. We got to, when we're up here, we got to go to a strip club.
Oh, how's it?
Still all bottomless up here,
yeah.
right?
Yeah? I don't care what the New York listeners saying. You guys aren't a bunch of cheating whores. I love it.
Well,
but you guys have a great show.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. That was a problem back in New York, going down there, and you go to a strip club. You're like, well, all right. Take off the panties. Come on, honey. And they never do.
No.
It's highly illegal.
We got to say hi to Bruce. Bruce, what's going on?
Oh, man, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, man.
You guys got any of those old Celine Dion camel toe clips laying around?
Jesus.
I got some boys in the car. They really want to hear that stuff.
I didn't bring my little slide whistle, my Zamfir Master of the Pan Flute thing to do the Titanic theme with.
He's laughing uncontrollably, and everyone else who's never heard the Celine Dion stuff on our show has no clue.
I know. Well, anyone that's seen Celine knows she's got that huge camel toe working there when she wears those jumpsuits. Her emaciated body wearing those tight jumpsuits, all you see is, poking through that leather jumpsuit very tight around her crotch area. It looks like when you give a horse a sugar cube. You ever see the way their lips smack together? When they stick them out and really try reaching for the apple slice. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like she's packing in that jumpsuit. This guy's on some kind of acid.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, did they hand out the ecstasy before we got here or what?
It has.
All right, Bruce, thank you.
All right, fellas.
And yes, Celine Dion, congratulations. Bouncing baby boy.
A bouncing baby boy. Me and my husband were finally able to conceive and have a child. And he almost got injured coming out as my huge camel toe slapped him in the face. See, most times the doctor has to slap the baby. This time, my own camel toe slapped the baby in the behind as he came out. And he cried.
He cried looking and saying, what the hell did I just come out of? Look at the size of that camel toe.
We need the Titanic music.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have the Titanic music.
Oh, yeah, we're going to find the Titanic music in the WBCN studio.
No,
they have a lot of stuff around here. Look, they just ran to go look for it.
No, something tells me they don't have that here.
No, you don't think so?
Yeah.
I have a feeling some strange things happened in those,
the back recesses of the studio?
Yeah, there's some areas to hide around here to do some highly illegal stuff.
Hey.
Let's go to Dave from Medford. Hey, Dave, what's up?
Guys, what's going on? How you doing?
All right.
Yo, welcome back, guys. All I got to say, you guys rule.
Hey, thanks, Dave.
I used to listen to you guys back all the time on my high school bus.
Yeah.
I'd be laughing my ass off with the headphones.
Yeah.
Everyone would just look at me like, what the hell's that kid doing?
Right on.
But they're back there. We were like the white version of Dangerous Minds. Sitting back there with the big boomboxes and Opie and Anthony.
Well, we miss you, effers. So.
All right. Well, I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to Missy because she's out there. She doesn't believe you guys are back, but I'm going to be down at Bill's Bar. I'm going to buy you guys around.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're going to be at Atlas on Lansdowne. Atlas on Lansdowne Street right after the show today.
Good deal. Look for me there, man.
Hey, cool. We'll look for you.
Cool. Later.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Jeff. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys have got to come back on the afternoons and kick those other two morons. They're basically doing your show, guys. I mean, it's pathetic.
Well, that's the problem with putting all our stuff on the internet. Anyone can take a peek at what we've been up to.
Yeah, but, you know, they do the same bit every Wednesday. They've got their own stupid websites and everything. I'm like, it's pathetic.
Whatever.
But, you know, you guys have got to do like an Evil Barney, because that was the best. I love those
the Evil Barney.
Yeah, Evil Barneys were awesome.
Oh, Barney. See, for a second I was like, what?
Evil Barney?
Evil who? Evil Barney.
Jeff, we missed the accent, so don't mind us if we start laughing at you.
It's just been really boring, because like, I spent with one of my buddies, like when you did your Demented World signing at Newbury Comics in Burlington for like 3 hours.
Wow, yeah.
And it was just like, man, they're
you know
gone.
that Demented World CD still sells, and we haven't seen a penny in over 2 years.
No, of course. But isn't it funny that other GM got fired too?
Yeah, I know. All right, man.
Oh, well, take it easy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Evil Barney.
Do Evil Barney. That didn't used to throw me for a loop. You know, I would go, okay, he's talking about Barney. Talking about the little kid show guy Barney.
Well, Anthony, we can play some tunes.
Or Barney.
Want to play a couple songs?
Sure.
All right. Well, they're panicking. Okay, we're going over there? Okay. All right. I'm going to say this, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
It's Opie and Anthony. This is WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock 104.1. Let's rock a little bit, huh? A lot of people just checking in, just finding out that we're back in Boston doing a radio show today.
Yeah.
Join us after the show. We're going to Atlas on Lansdowne Street for a few beers. Want to see some familiar faces out there, okay?
Yeah.
And in a little while, Jim Breuer, a very good friend of ours.
Jim Breuer, you remember him from SNL? He did the
Goat Boy.
Yeah, well, the Goat Boy thing.
He hates that.
He does, yeah. And I was never a big fan of that. I didn't think it was one of his best characters. But he's the guy that did the dead-on Joe Pesci. You know, remember when De Niro came in? He had the Joe Pesci show. And De Niro actually came on, and they were going back and forth. Very funny. That's what he does.
He's playing the Comedy Connection all weekend long here up in Boston. So we said, Jim, what the hell? You're here, we're here. Come on down and hang with us.
Yeah, so he's going to be dropping by
in a little while. I got to go to Tim, who's calling us from New York. This show is being heard in New York as well. Tim, what's up?
Guys.
With a total lack of appreciation by the New York listeners who will get stiff penalties when we return home.
We will make you pay.
You're going to pay, you mother effers.
Just remember,
let me tell you something.
You guys go to Boston, we keep Melissa. And I know the people up there don't know what I'm talking about, but we got Melissa.
Yeah, she's pretty damn hot.
Anyway.
We have a Playboy model that works at WNEW. We don't know what she does. We have finally figured out that she was hired to be hot at WNEW.
Yeah.
She walks around with no bra, huge boobs, cleavage showing, cowboy hat. It looks like she's showing up for work at, like, Matthews. Look at that. Local reference. You like that, Anthony?
Is it still there?
Matthews, for you New York listeners, is a strip club that we used to go to a lot when we were here, Ed.
Yeah, she looks like she just walked in the door. You know, you sit there when you're nursing that expensive beer, and a new dancer walks in the door, and she's got her clothes, and you go, oh, now I got to milk this thing for another, 10 minutes until she hits the stage. I can't drink this beer. It's like pee.
Yeah, but we're very suspicious because they hired this fine-looking specimen this week, and we don't know what she does.
Oh, let's just put it out in the open. She's sleeping with our general manager.
Yes, the 4-hour general manager lunches.
Right. Yeah, the GM goes to lunch on, I guess, day 3 that she's employed there.
Humor.
She disappears for lunch.
both of them return about the same time, 4 hours later. This really happened. So we were speculating that maybe something's happening, because who hires a girl like this? Who hires a girl like this?
Plus, you have to mention that he's in the studio more often now.
Anthony, we don't need to speculate. We know for sure that they are having
That's what I want to say. I want to say.
Well,
Psycho
anyway.
Mark got fired for having a couple have anal on the couch in the boss's office. I don't think that's the last time that couch saw anal.
There you go.
I think the boss is using that couch.
You notice they're putting a pole up outside the studio for the new employee at WNEW.
Yeah, the
Melissa.
engineer working on a pole, some stage lighting, and a disco ball.
Yeah.
What the hell does she do?
So, Tim, I hear you have something for us?
I'm a very loyal listener from New York. Been with you guys for 3 years.
Thank you.
And I want to help you out here.
Okay.
Anthony, please begin.
He's got the Titanic music.
My husband Renee and I have tried so hard these many years to have a baby. Finally, he was able to give me his seed. Much like the mighty iceberg that split open the hull of the mighty Titanic. He split open my egg with his seed. The cold, dank, internal organs that are my reproductive system finally took his man's seed and gave us a lovely baby. How he was able to get it past my huge camel toe. More like camel lips. That's what they look like. And it was so hard to get pregnant.
Everybody.
Then, when the doctor told me I would be having a little baby, me and Renee cried because after his bout with cancer, it was so hard for him to have sperm that worked. After the chemo, they swam around in circles. Stupid, retarded sperm did not know where to go. And my reproductive system, my womb, nothing had been there in years. It was disgusting and dank like an old cave. And the camel toe did not allow anything past. It would swat it like flies on a hamburger in the summertime at the cookout. The sperm would try to get in, and the camel toe would just smack it dead like an insect. Then the doctor found out I had one of those fluorescent lights that killed the sperm with electrical charges in me and removed it. When his sperm slammed into my egg like the mighty Titanic slammed into the iceberg, we learned the baby would be one of the few survivors. A survivor. I dedicated my baby to the survivors of that fateful night. And those that died in the icy waters of my womb.
Thank you, Tim.
Guys.
You rock for getting us that
believe
music.
he had the theme.
Yeah, we didn't bring the
up.
Titanic music with us today.
Just, hopefully no one in New York knows I have it.
Okay, thanks,
Keep it on a QT.
All right, right on,
Stay
man.
fit back, guys. We'll see you Monday.
All right, cool.
Take care.
She should wear rapper's clothes or something, because those tight pants. She has the worst camel toe I've ever seen. It's just hanging out. Could pick up a dime.
She's smuggling a yo-yo in the front of her pants.
Smuggling a yo-yo.
Hey,
a Dunkin' butterfly.
I think it's John. John, what's up?
Yeah, hey, welcome back to the Pirates.
Hey, thank you.
The Pirates of the Airwaves. Listen, what do you guys got? Do you have that old thing you guys did a long time ago, that call for that old lady with Bill?
Oh, my. Let me tell you though, this has been a legendary bit. It showed people in New York what a heartless son of a bitch Opie really is.
Oh, that was unfreaking believable.
We got Bill's Dad.
Do we have Bill's Dad?
Yeah, we do have Bill's Dad.
I can never get enough of this.
This thing has become, like Ann said, legendary in New York. People imitate this call all the time.
But it happened up here.
It happened up here at, in Boston, so.
Oh, no, you're kidding.
Ben's going to find that bit.
Yeah.
We got to tell people that we made it to Penthouse magazine.
Yeah, we were in Penthouse, I believe it was the January issue.
Right.
Of Penthouse magazine. Not just like a little thing either. They did a full feature.
Your pals, Opie and Anthony, had to do a photo shoot.
Yes, we went to a Penthouse photo shoot. And we had to give each other golden showers.
No, just to get in the magazine.
No, we're one of the few articles where we didn't have to do anything, like pee.
Yeah, that's it right there.
No excrement, a Cleveland steamer or anything like that. Okay, now I have the camera. Opie, you squat over the table. Anthony, get under the table and just give me a nice hot lunch right on top of this table. Anthony, you look shocked. Like that would be hard to do, right? Look shocked. Why?
We were pretty proud because we were right next to
Yes.
Something to show Mom and Dad around the holiday.
Well, the issue, the sneak peek issue came out around Thanksgiving for the magazine. So I'm all excited. I'm in Penthouse, like a dream come true. How many times have I spanked to that magazine? And now I'm in it. So I have to take it over to Grandma's house to show the family. But I have paper clips, so it's open just to our article. And about an hour later, I see my grandmother. She's, ooh, nice magazine. Ooh, is this Better Homes and Gardens? The woman's like 80 years old. She's pulling the paper clips off. And I'm lunging like no! Grandma, no! Lunging for the magazine.
Like the guy trying to get in front of Reagan.
She saw a woman being worked like a hand puppet.
Yeah.
Swear to God. I mean, if that guy didn't come out with a handful of fallopian tube, I would have been stunned. And there's Grandma looking nice. I'll get back to the source. Nice. Very, very attractive. What is this, Anthony? What magazine?
Anthony?
Yeah.
For that guy on 95 North?
Yeah.
Bill's dead.
You got it.
This is really legendary at this point in New York.
Heartless Opie.
We took this call up here a long time ago.
You're kidding.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Bill.
Who's this?
Pat.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
No, this is the wrong Bill.
Well, Pat, I have some bad news.
What?
Bill died today.
You're kidding. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Tragic.
Who's this?
He was in a car accident today.
Oh, no. Who is this?
It's John.
John?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him.
I know.
Where did it happen?
This afternoon.
Where?
On the highway.
Oh, God, love him.
Yeah, big pile up.
Well, be sure and give the kids my condolences.
Oh, the line that killed right there.
Be sure to give the kid my condolences. This is not Bill. You're kidding.
We have thousands of listeners in New York that imitate that lady all the time. God.
I love him.
Anytime somebody dies now, and we read about it in the paper, it's like,
You're kidding. How did it happen? Oh, God, love him. Give my condolences.
I hope he's just a heartless mother, man.
Easy.
You are too much.
Hey, if you're just tuning in, we really want to see a lot of you guys at Atlas on Lansdowne Street after the show today. We're going to have some beers. Come on down and hang, okay?
Yeah, should we get into the legend that is Sandy Kane?
Yeah, we could do that. We
Yeah.
have so much to share with everyone up here. We don't know where to go, but yeah, Sandy Kane, that's a good little story.
Yeah. I hope they don't dump, because I'm hearing maybe they dumped out of something with involving someone making a fist.
Oh, really? They dumped out of that?
I think they did. Very sensitive. Ooh, Opie and Anthony here. Ooh, we better get on the dump button really quick. They might say something. We curse on the air out there just to freak each other out.
Right.
Down in New York.
Just to see if they're on their toes down the hall.
See if they're on their toes. We'll just blurt out the C word.
That's something we got to tell people really fast. When we were up here in Boston, we didn't work with what's called a delay.
Yeah.
I mean, we just flew by the seat of our pants, taking live calls. It was kind of scary. They don't trust us in New York.
No.
We're on like a 48-second delay.
48 seconds.
There are times that we'll finish a break on the radio and we'll listen to the last 48 seconds as we're like taking a leak.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't trust us, so they have a 48-second delay.
They have 5 different people that can dump out of the show at any given time.
On buttons. And now up here, they were freaking out. As a matter of fact, I believe they wanted us to tape calls and edit them during the show. And we're like, dust off that ancient delay system you have, because we don't even know how to work that way anymore.
They had their own special delay system up here. The guy standing right behind you with the gun.
Pretty much
to make sure we behave. All right, let's get into Sandy Kane.
Oh, you can get into Sandy Kane.
No, that's
if
okay.
you want, Opie.
Well, Sandy Kane is a stripper.
Yeah.
And a comedian.
Yeah.
We use the word comedian very loosely in this case.
And stripper.
Stripper.
Use that loosely.
Very loosely. She's like 70-something years old.
Yeah, she's about 74, 75. She says she's a stripper that does comedy. We've never seen the comedy. And as for the stripping part, who wants to see that?
Right.
It's a mess.
So she comes in, she lights her boobies on fire and stuff for us. She does a lot of crazy things. And one day,
she looks like Yucca Flats after the blast.
So one day she's in the studio and she decided to tell us that she has a hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
And it's an ugly hemorrhoid.
Well, she would also come in and she'd talk and just babble like you couldn't understand what she was saying. She'd go from one subject to another, and occasionally she'd make this sound. So she'd be going, yeah, I got a show coming up. I'm going to be there, and I strip, and I do comedy, and I have my friend, this adult toy, and he dances. Look, he dances. And what I'm going to do, and she just out of nowhere, she'd make that sound, and it would freak you out, because she's so rude and so disgusting to look at as a stripper. She's not funny as a comedian. And we don't know what she does, but she was so freaky, we had to invite her back.
So she says, hey, guys, I got a hemorrhoid. Do you want to see it? And being the sick F I am, I'm like, yeah, cool, let's check it out.
Oh, come here.
She's 72 years old. Gets about, 2 feet away from me, bends over, and I checked out her hemorrhoid.
Checked out the hemorrhoid.
Horrific.
Because she kept complaining about it. She goes, I'm itching. Oh, this hurts. And she's scratching. She's digging. And we were like, what is your problem? She goes, I got a hemorrhoid. I got a hemorrhoid. And I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. A hemorrhoid. Yeah. Did you see that? It's a new toy. Then you go on a tear. And Opie goes, no, let me see your hemorrhoid. So she comes by him and showed. And I'm freaked out. I'm not looking. I'm on the other side of the console. I'm just like, I can't look at this. So next time she came back, because she has these all the time, from what I understand, we had a listener come in to apply Preparation H to her hemorrhoid. Try to help the girl out a little bit. Help the old gal out.
Another example how we torture our New York audience. Who the hell wants to hear this?
Right, yeah. So he got there, he put on this, it wasn't even a surgical glove. I don't think he trusted it. He used those big yellow Playtex living gloves he used to wash dishes with. Either that or some kind of an electric company glove that used to throw that big switch. Like he really didn't just want to use a surgical glove. So he puts that on. He grabs some Preparation H.
And who you kidding? He looked like Dustin Hoffman in that movie Breakout or Outbreak, whatever.
Outbreak suit. Put him in an outbreak suit. And he puts it on his gloved finger, on his index finger, I guess. And Sandy Kane comes over, and she's having a great time. And exposes the roid. And he applied the cream.
Very lightly.
Very lightly. As she was talking. So what you're going to hear is her saying, this is actual tape of this old woman having Preparation H applied to her hemorrhoid. She didn't know exactly when it was coming. So I believe she was going to say something like, I don't believe I'm doing this. It gets interrupted by someone applying, and you could tell the sound she makes, it can only be made when someone pokes you there. Now listen, here is Sandy Kane.
I don't believe it.
See, I believe he was going to say, I don't believe I'm doing this. And you can tell it's like, ah! Yeah. Here it is again.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
That's classic.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't end there.
We decided to see how far we can take this.
How far we can push it.
So
and the listener now feeling a little more comfortable, having a little more bravado, lubes up again for a second sortie into that forbidden zone.
I don't believe it.
So she comes back over, and now we're kind of making signals to him like, come on, give it to her, dude, sink it, right? Like sink it. So here it is, the second attempt.
Can I hear the first one first, just so we can compare? Here it is.
I don't believe it.
Okay. Here's the second time that the guy applied the preparation H.
Here it is. It's quick, it's short, it's sweet, but it, again, is a sound that's only made when someone applies preparation H to that area. And we told him, we were making hand signals like, go, like, poke it. And here's the sound she made.
Oh! Oh!
That is application 2. So 1.
I don't believe it.
2.
Oh!
All right. We didn't stop there.
No, this is going too well. So we tell the guy, all right, lube up 2 digits. He puts the preparation H on his pointer and middle finger.
And this is all behind Sandy Kane's back. She has no idea. We're giving hand
she's
signals.
So lost. She's so out there and lost. She doesn't even know what's going on in between this. So we're telling him, all right, 2. We're going to go for 2. And we're like, now this time, I mean, really aware. Drive it home. So he applies it to his fingers. She stands there. She really wasn't expecting this one. Again, another short, sweet one. Let me run you through it. First one.
I don't believe it.
Second one.
Oh!
And now the third and final application where he slammed it home.
Ow!
Again, only a sound made when someone is really applying some preparation H. Sounds like James Brown. Dun, 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 dun. I feel good. Dun, 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 dun. I knew that I would. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. When I hold you in my... So now put all together. First application.
I don't believe it.
Second.
Oh.
Third.
The story of Sandy Kane.
Sandy Kane.
Anthony?
Yeah.
Good news. Everyone in New York already knows this. They're listening today as well. But the old listeners here in Boston, you could see video clips.
Oh, yeah.
Of this exact thing.
You think it's funny to hear. When you watch her jump, when you see this, you could watch the video. It's on FoundryMusic.com.
Know who loves these video clips? Jim Breuer, who's coming in a little while.
Breuer almost wet himself.
FoundryMusic.com. FOUNDRY music.com.
Yeah, there's a whole Opie and Anthony archive on there, and just stuff that we've done since we were in New York. And it's a very, very concise, and the site's full. It's full. It's easy to navigate. There's video clips, audio, pictures.
Remember the primitive underground website we had when we were up here in Boston?
It's the one I was putting together.
Right. This takes it to a whole new level.
I never knew how much easier it was when you actually have a web building program instead of typing in HTML code for 3 days just to get, hey, look at these cans.
Also, I want to remind people that are just tuning in, we are doing our best boob contest. We've done this many years. The latest finalists are up on our website, WNEW.com. Want the Boston listeners to get involved with the voting, just go there and check out the babes, okay? Let's say hi to Justin. Justin, what's up?
Hey, guys, man, it's sweet to hear you guys again, man.
Thanks, Justin.
You know, I was so bummed when they nipped you off the air down in AAF. I mean, it was it was such dirty pull, you know what I mean? You guys, you point the can at anybody and pull the trigger. It was so good listening to you guys, and, you know, back when you guys were really getting swinging in the air, I had this crappy job, you know what I mean? I'd be driving home at night, and you guys, without fail, would make me laugh, you know, and I'm driving home now again. I got a better job now, but, you know, it's no fun working on a Saturday, but, you know, here I am. My face is aching because of you guys. I got to pull over. My eyes. You know, I can't. This guy's a killer.
When you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
Yeah.
Wish somebody put this retard out of his misery.
No, thank you,
know,
Justin.
I was hoping you guys might. I didn't know if you still had Evil Barney in the shed there.
You know, we haven't done much Evil Barney since we left Boston.
That was like kind of left up here.
Yeah.
We did bring all the bits to New York.
I think you guys cost me 2 insurance points one day with that.
All right on, man.
Just about crashed into somebody. I mean, it was like Evil Barney, man. He just like
that was kind of funny.
Tear to my eye.
Where's the crack pipe, boys and girls?
I forgot about that. Hey, Justin, thank you.
Hey, thank you guys. Had a good time listening to you today.
All right, right on, man. And after the show today, we're going to Atlas.
Yeah, gonna hang out
on Lansdowne Street. Come by, have a beer.
Sure.
We'll get there around 4, I do believe. Okay.
Yes.
Anthony, they're screaming at us. We need to take a break.
I don't blame it.
Yes, I believe we do.
All right. We'll be back. Can we give something away to the Boston listeners that are still listening? Where's my list of stuff that they gave us? All right, we'll do it in a little while. All right. What do you want to give away? Let's see.
What do we got?
Ooh, how about...
It's so weird to have things to give away because down in New York, they leave us nothing. A cup with dirt. Right. Giving away a cup with dirt in it.
We got a couple pairs of tickets to see Everlast at Avalon Ballroom on February 12th. You got to be 18 or older. We'll take 2 random callers right now at 617-931-1041. You New York tools, let the Boston listeners win these tickets, okay? Stick around. Jim Breuer coming in to hang for the last hour of our little radio show here at WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock 1041. Hey, guys, it's O&A. You know, this isn't quite syndication, but it might be as close as we'll ever get. Keep it on WNEW so you won't miss any of our Opie and Anthony live show from Boston.
Place on ground, light views, get away.
You gotta shake it up. Shake it up. Shake them. What do you guys, fairies? Come on. Try it. Hold one.
You know, I saw a Roman candle placed in the ground and lit explode like a stick of friggin' dynamite once. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm always seeing people like Breuer says holding these. Yeah. Come on, hold. And then you get like the retarded. It's like one's going up 100 feet, the other one's dribbling out on the guy's knuckles.
Open your head, Dick. You got my foot, Dick. Dick, give me the things. You're done.
You're done.
Don't be a faggot. Come on, man.
Then you had the idiot that would look into the tube because it didn't go off.
I thought there was another one in here.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Cheap chinks can't even pack 10 in here anymore.
That was always the thing. When I go in as a dud, you go, effing chink.
Yeah, that was it. Done.
Effing chink.
You light off like a pack of firecrackers and half of it would go off, the other was strewn over with no fuses.
The chinks.
Freaking chinks. They can't get it right. Once a year we want to have fun with these things. The freaking chinks.
Conspiracies. The chinks. They want it that way.
Give me
money and they give us crap.
We just got to light them individually. Give me your punk. I remember trying to light firecrackers with a sparkler, and you can't tell if they're lit.
Yeah.
Because it's all sparkling together. You're like, yeah, right up until it went in my hand.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, I can't feel my hand. It was totally numb.
There's always one guy that spent like $40 on one.
Yeah, one.
Yo, let me see that one you got.
That one you got.
I'll go get it.
$40.
Don't tell my mother, man. Oh my God, what's the tube? That's the thing, dude. I don't even know. All I know is that it's serious crap.
It's like a Buick with a fuse in it.
Look, it's got wings. You gotta put it together. You gotta put it together. That's all I need to say. You gotta put it together.
My brother came home from the Army. And he had his Army buddies visit him about a year or so later.
Yeah.
And they brought some goodies with them. One was an M1 tank simulator. This thing simulated the blast of a tank shell hitting the ground.
What?
Without the shrapnel and whatnot.
This is unbelievable.
So it was a green canister with some military writing on it that unscrewed and had a couple of contacts inside. So I'm like, let me go to the hardware store, I'll grab some wire and a dry cell battery. We'll go out to the John Glenn field out there and we'll set this booger off, you know? So I put it in the field. I had like 50 feet of wire. And you never realize how short 50 feet is until it's the only distance between you and something that explodes. So I unroll it and I'm looking. I go, okay, well, it's a little closer than I would like to be, but there's no shrapnel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll attach one wire to the positive side of the dry cell. I'll hook the other wire and then throw it on the contact and run away. So by the time the igniter heats up or something, but for that long haul the electricity's got to make down 50 feet, that could take nanoseconds.
Gives me more than enough time to run
to spin away.
Backyard.
Right. Yeah. I no sooner did that wire brush the contact than I just saw a white light and got blown back where the ground wasn't even under my feet anymore. Like, you can't see it because it's radio, I'm sorry, but for you guys, I was like this in midair. Like my arms are straight out, my legs straight out, and I'm flying backwards. I land on my ass, and now the flash was so bright, I heard my pupils slam shut. They went like, block, block, and I couldn't see. So I'm feeling myself, okay, fingers good, fingers there. I'm feeling everything. I swear to you, not a mark on me. But the concussion from this thing, because there was no shrapnel. Everything was right there contained. No metal hitting me. But the blast, the friggin' shockwave, it reminded me of those scenes you see on Discovery of the house from the A-bomb getting blown one way and the trees snapping. I swear, I got blown like 10 feet right on my ass. I felt like the coyote. I really did, man. I knew how it felt. And then afterwards, when you realize you're okay, it's like, dude, was that the coolest? I thought I was dead, but now that I'm not, how cool is that? Right. That's funny. Really, really sick. All right.
Why did they make it illegal?
Yeah, right?
There used to be so much fun. John.
Yeah.
What's up?
Make my own pipe bomb. Who on Long Island didn't have a buddy that made his own pipe bomb? I got a bunch of M80s. We'll just hollow out the side with a screwdriver, dump them into pipe.
Get all the duds and the next day.
We'll make a genie. Step on it, it explodes.
Genie.
You get the lit genie and step on it in mid-sparkle.
Did you see it turn pink? Did you see the pink color? Thanks, you got the best genie. Case closed. Game's over. Might have pink in it, dick.
Here's the X down with some. Jeez, man.
Next we'll be playing Lynch. We're going to a break, man.
In studio, Jim Breuer.
Yes.
A very good friend of ours in New York. He's up here playing the Comedy Connection. We don't even have to sell tickets for him because we found out it's all sold out.
Sold out, man. Of course.
And of course, we got to say hi to our pal Nick Carter.
Nick came in. Nick had some great insight on this whole thing. We're just laughing our asses off, man. What did you say this was like?
Now I want to say it.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm single now. I may as well.
Say it.
This is kind of like, walking in and watching somebody else give it to your chick. And initially, when you think about it for a second, guys, for a second, it's like, this would be great. I don't have to do any of the work. You think about it. Then when it's actually happening, you're like, well, what was I thinking? This sucks. Wait a minute, why does she look so happy? I would have been like, fumbling in the dark looking for the remote by now. Oh, we got to do something to pass the time.
Well, this has been a blast, though, I mean, it's fun to come in here.
Yeah, a good time's been had by most.
Come on. You're going to be at Atlas, though, right?
Yeah, you're coming down.
I think I'm going to need a few frosty ones.
Yeah, we're going to have some.
We'll get drink and sing Ta-ra-ra boomsier. Ta-ra-ra boomsier.
Brewers hang.
Ta-ra-ra boomsier.
This is comedy.
Sing it.
He's out of it. This is what we do every day.
That gag always works good on the radio.
That's right, Hammer. Nice head, Nick.
Dylan, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? This is Dylan from Peabody. Brewer, I want to ask you a question, man.
Yeah?
All right, who had the nicer ass on SNL, Terry or Shannon?
Oh, definitely Sherry.
Yeah?
Sherry had a bubble butt, and it would shake when she moved down. Oh,
dude, seriously? Because, dude, I saw on, the Jenny Jones spoof, her leg was, looked all cellulite-ridden, dude.
Yeah, did she have bad legs?
Yeah. Well,
did she, bro?
I didn't understand a word he just said. What I heard was, yeah, man, it's legs.
Well, how'd her legs look?
Which one now?
Like,
Sherry O'Terry.
Yeah,
What about it? She looked good, man. She had a nice butt. She looked hot. We'd have a little rendezvous. I'd shove her down a flight of stairs.
The other question.
Hello? Yes.
The other question. Do you think SNL got better or worse than when you were on?
I haven't watched it since I've been there, so I don't know.
Oh, is there a reason for that?
No, I never watched it even beforehand.
I'm not going to support the show that threw me off.
No, I was the only dick in 3rd grade where everyone was going, oh no, Mr. Bills. Go, what is that, man? What are you guys doing? I didn't know any. I never watched it.
I heard Sherry, though, never liked Norm. Wasn't Norm?
Norm didn't like her at all. Like, anytime Sherry would come up, Norm just hated her. So he would say the most foul, nasty things to get her out of the conversation immediately. It wouldn't even be 3 seconds for her to be there. She'd come on, hi, Norm. Hey, you beep, 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 beep. And then when you finish doing that, you take another beep, 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 beep. How about that? Stick that in your cheerleading sketch. How about my big fat damn, you idiot. Playing your radio, you dumb little whore. Hey, where's Will? He'll play it again.
All right, we should play a couple songs.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll be back.
Yeah, and don't forget, we're going to be at Atlas on Lansdowne Street after the show today. Nick's going to be there.
We're going to get in a fight.
We're going to get Breuer hammered before his shows at the Comedy Connection tonight.
Bill, we're sold out. It'll be good. It'll be all right.
The owner just happens to be in the studio right now going, oh, no.
Yeah. Do you mind if I come just, meet the guys? I'll be doing stuff, man.
Atlas, yeah, right after the show, around 4 o'clock today, okay?
Right.
Couple tunes, we'll be back. It's WBCN. Boston's Alternative Rock 104.1. We're live from Boston. More to come, so keep it here on 102.7 WNEW.
Thing. But this has been a blast. Yeah. Having fun up here. Can't wait to get out to the bar, though.
I got here on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I swear my mother fall asleep about midnight, 12:30. All of a sudden I hear guys, outside the window. All right, it'll go away. A bunch of drunk jackasses. It keeps going. I said, and I hear chicks involved. I'm like, man, this party's getting bigger. I open my doors. I swear to God. Sure enough, brawl right down underneath. Fat guy, shirts off. He's missing a shoe. Smacked the chick right in the face. Wow! Stupid, smacking the daylight. Going, this city rocks, man.
I miss this city.
Boston rocks.
The fights never look like they do on TV. It's always right. Some pasty, big fat guy, all cut up in red and bruised. And
he had about 8 smack marks on his chest.
Yeah, just big handprints.
Stretch marks and
like
all
he's
that.
been branded by an Indian or something, you know? Yeah. The big handprint. His ass hanging out of his pants.
And the guys ran away. The chicks kept running after him. Like, he smacked the chick in the face. He took her jacket.
Well, the chicks are worse, and they will get you in a fight quicker than a guy will. You know, you're with your buddies and stuff, and you got that one a-hole buddy. You could calm him down. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're a jerk. You know, these guys are going to kick your ass. Settle down and shut up. Hey, I'm sorry, man. You know, I apologize. I'm being a dick. I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
The chicks? No. Yeah. That bitch and that ass. I am going to go over there, and you're like, no, look. Hey, sweetie pie.
Right. Did you hear what he
puff.
said to me?
Honey bun, sweetie puff.
No, did you hear what he said to me?
I heard. He's drunk.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
I understand.
That's no excuse
look.
To call me
He's drunk. We don't need a problem, okay?
So you're just going to sit here and you're going to take it?
No, we will sit here.
You're going to let
and
him
control
call me that word? No, I don't think
he
so.
doesn't know you. He's just yelling at some other girl at the bar.
You're a slob and I'm on the damn toilet seat. It's ridiculous. Now you say something to me.
No, he's coming over. Be cool.
Oh my God, he's
cool.
African American. I'm scared.
Be cool. Be cool. But they're never cool.
Never.
And then you get into that fight. That's it. I told you about that time I went to the movies. I go to the movies.
This is a great story.
With the girlfriend. We're sitting down trying to watch the movie. It was Mission Impossible 2.
Right.
Now, I'm sitting in a row. I went to the movie in Brooklyn. It's
festive atmosphere.
Entire audience is Hispanic. Okay. Now, the row I'm in,
is the loudest bunch of Hispanic women I've ever seen in my life.
They're out.
And now I'm trying to watch the movie, and there's one going, oh, yeah, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is the hottest. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look what he just did. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, I can't hear the movie. I'm freaking out. But I'm not going to say anything.
No.
She got a boyfriend with her, and there's family, and she's cursing like, yeah, that effing guy, he's the S, you know?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. And there's kids there and everything. But I don't care. My girlfriend turns around and goes, do you think you could shut the F up for a minute? I went white. Breuer, I went white as a sheet of cold. And then, you know what happened? I go from trying to watch a movie to what can I use as a weapon? You always get that. It pops in your head. You're like, all right, the seats cannot lift up. I will use it in a popcorn container. If I roll it real tight, I can use it as a shank.
Check my pockets, man.
Nothing.
My one pocket knife.
You're in a movie. You got nothing. There's no weapons in the theater. You have to bring them in yourself, and I'm certain they did. So I'm screwed. I'm screwed at this point. This girl turns around to my girlfriend and just goes, "And you gonna make me shut up?" And me, I was so brave. As I stood up, grabbed her hand, and walked us out of that theater to complain to the manager. Your theater is full of animals. I was sitting there with my gal trying to watch a movie, and I was disturbed. He goes, another movie's starting in this theater in 5 minutes. You could go there. I showed them. I went to the theater that was starting. And I'm sitting there going, yeah.
But
what was I going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, she's
what was
there.
she saying as you walking out?
The whole family was there. Yeah, it was like walking out. Yeah, that's right. You leave. What do you know something? Call me the biggest pussy you want. There were 4 guys with them. It was like a whole family.
You started walking.
So then if she reached over and slaps the girlfriend, now what?
Yeah,
now, I'm going to get in her face, then her boyfriend gets in mine. Before you know it, it's what they call a melee. And I didn't want to be part of a melee. More action in the theater than on the screen.
I became a part of a melee in Virginia. My friend Pat just moved to Virginia. And we're best friends with 3-4 of us. The oldest kid's name is Diarmid. Always in fights. The name alone will explain exactly. Yeah. Youngest of 8 Irish crazy kids. We go.
The Irish aren't known for fighting, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's the weird part about it. He was a big drinker and he fought, which was weird. I can never understand why poor Diarmid would be like that with his brother Aiden. And so we sit there. We go to Virginia, and Georgetown is playing St. John's. I don't even watch basketball. I just remember this night. So yeah, let's drive. Virginia's cool. You know, the people laid back. We ain't gonna drive to Georgetown and watch the game. So, of course, we go there in St. John's. We're all Long Island guys, and we're getting hammered. And we're getting louder and louder, and we're just whatever we say, sick, nice head, dick, whatever. We're owning the room.
Right.
So as we leave, you know, people kind of pissed that we're leaving. I didn't realize it. As we go out, this Jeep goes by, and there's about 5 guys in it. And one of our friends, our friend Pat, brought his girlfriend. Which, exactly, right in the back, you go, wrong, try again, dumbass. Exactly. 5 guys, is it cool if Julie comes? She's cool with the guys.
Yeah, she's one of the guys.
Yeah, as long as she knows that's the way we're being tonight. And, of course, the Jeep goes by, and Julie was hot, and they stop and they go, yeah, woo! Effort! We did it, man! Woo! Now, the common sense thing is, all right, I've been there. I've done this.
Right.
Let it go. We're in Virginia, 5 loud New Yorkers, and she goes, aren't you going to say something?
No.
And like a dick, Pat goes, go back here and say that. No sooner did he finish saying that, they stopped. These 5 hillbillies come out. They come walk. I don't know what they were saying. All I remember is the one little guy, and I panicked. I'm a talker.
Right.
Like, hey, listen, man, okay, look, we're just here from New York, man, and it was just really uncool what you said to her, and all I need, and before I could say, little fat girl,
You know, I got a white oak tree in the front yard.
what are you talking about? Fatty, just hear what I'm coming from, all right? And before I could finish, smack!
How
they
cold?
punch Diarmid in the face. Diarmid doesn't even flinch. He grabs this guy, women.
Some people just know what to do when something like that breaks out. That's not me. Like you're with a group of friends, and yeah, someone gets hit. Everyone knows their position. They know the guy to take. They've been sizing them up, and I'm there like, run!
You're still hoping there's a way you can plea bargain out of it.
Diplomacy. Right. I am forever the diplomat, man.
Are you still hoping you can play that Kissinger trump card and get out of it? It's not happening.
I'm trying to pull some Jedi mind crap on him. I am not the man you're looking for. Please just step away. We're going to step away.
I took karate for 2 years, became almost a purple belt. All of that flies out the window when you're cold cocked in the middle of a brawl. I just did it. Come on, Dick! Just wailing. Accidentally hitting the car.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
All right. Yeah, it's just not the situation you want to end up in. Some people are made for that.
We're hanging with Jim Breuer, of course. Nick Carter's in the studio. It's Opie and Anthony in the studio. We never thought we'd see this day.
Nah, it's fun, though, man.
We got about a half hour left. Then we're going over to Atlas on Lansdowne Street. We're hoping a lot of people show up and get drunk with us, basically. Cool. Our job is to get him really twisted before he has to go on stage tonight at the Comedy Connection.
I was gonna be fine, you know, where we're at, man. It's good to be here, man.
Why don't we take some phone calls next, okay?
Yeah.
617-931-1041 and 617-536-8000. It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 1041. Hey, guys, it's O&A. You know, this isn't quite syndication, but it might be as close as we'll ever get. Keep it on WNEW so you won't miss any of our Opie and Anthony live show from Boston.
To New York, but it was, Creedence into some Eagles.
Right.
And then the cocking of the gun.
Before you guys came up, right, the music department was running around. There like a couple of people in the music department coming up to me asking me, because they came up with a little playlist for you guys, and I'm like, oh, they're going to play 4 songs. That's nice. And so, they're like picking my brain now. Okay, what little tidbits can we come up with for Opie and Anthony?
You were the one. We talked about it on our New York show. Go ahead.
And I go, they're not going to talk about the music. What are you talking about? They're not, it's like, okay, well, Crazy Town, Pretty Little Ditty. This sample is actually from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, they're not going to talk about the bands.
Well, we got the Opie and Anthony music notes, and under Nirvana it says lead singer Kurt Cobain is dead.
Really, that's what it says.
That's what it says, man.
Come on, man.
Yes, Jim Breuer?
Very thorough here.
Yeah.
Very thorough.
Brewer in the studio. He's playing the Comedy Connection tonight, but we found out we don't have to sell tickets for the show. Sold out, but we're all going after we drink a few.
It's going to be a long night.
We're going right from here to Atlas on Lansdowne Street to drink, and then we're going to see Jim Breuer tonight.
This is one of those nights where now tomorrow I'm going to get the...
Housekeeping!
Go away. It's like a lottery. You sit there and you hear them moving down the hall. You're like, please don't bang on my door. I need this bed. It is my only friend right now. The bed and the nice cold porcelain of the toilet bowl. So please don't knock on. Son of a...
Ring, ring!
Y'all, the phone.
Ring, ring!
And they try to be polite, checking out today? Checking out today? Of course, I checked in. I said I was checking out today.
But I'll let you know it's at noon.
It's noon, just in case maybe you don't
understand Anthony. He's got it all figured out. When that phone rings, you're talking 3:15, and he's pissed that they're ringing his room.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's checking out, which he should have done 3 hours ago.
I got the greatest scam in the world going at a hotel in Manhattan. I go there because I know it's under construction. It's been under construction for a long time. They're renovating every room in this place. Takes forever. Yeah. So I check in. We get a room, and there's machines going off at 9 o'clock in the morning. Bap, bap. And depending on which room you get, that's how loud it is.
Sure.
So even if I'm way on the other side of the construction, it's just a little something in the background. I raise holy hell when they call up and say, checking out today? You're damn right I am. Let me tell you something. The noise I heard last night, me and my girl, up since the construction started, she's freaking out, needs the sleep. I got in late. Check what time I checked in, because of course it was late. And they're like, oh, we apologize. I go, you know something? I need a late checkout now, just so I could get my head together. Oh, any problem? Okay. What time do you want to check out? And at first I was like, 2. then 3. I swear, last time, I need till 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock checkout. 4 o'clock tomorrow is what I need.
Wednesday, all right?
Yeah, how about that?
Deal with it.
I'll be having some friends up, and I want it catered. Yeah, but it's a great scam. But that whole thing where they're like, are you checking out today? No, could you get your crap and get out because you are done here. We have other guests.
Just covering up the work.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
We only have a few minutes left, and we got to step aside for Melissa.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to Atlas. Nick Carter's going to go. Jim Breuer, we're getting you hammered.
I'll have one.
You'll have one.
One of the big ones.
They have big beers.
One of those ridiculous fishbowl margarita things. You love those specialty drinks at the bar that you just put a sign, I'm always drunk, on your head. If you're the guy walking around with that big margarita glass.
You want a sip?
Enough salt to pickle you around the edges.
All right, let's play a game. You'll have one. Can we pick it?
Yeah,
sure. One. Scorpion Bowl, Cambridge.
Oh, that.
What's going on? I have no clue what's going on.
The Scorpion Bowl. Nick, you know the Scorpion Bowl's in Cambridge, right?
It's like a bird bath filled with liquor.
Right. When you order this drink at, it's a Chinese restaurant over there, right? It's still there, right?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, thank you.
Hong Kong.
When you order this, you have to show the bartender 10 other people that are going to drink this with you. You cannot order this by yourself.
That's great.
What? So we're up to 1, and I gotta do this?
4.
Yeah.
I gotta walk in, and it's a Chinese dude?
We'll just get you the Scorpion Bowl, and that's your one drink.
Let me get a Scorpion Bowl.
These dudes are gonna drink it, man. I don't know. They put me up for this, okay? I feel like a dick. Just
I went to a specialty bar once. It was some kind of nautical scene, you know?
Yeah.
So there's all the nets and fake fish hanging up. And they had this one drink that came in a goldfish bowl.
Yeah.
And it was blue like the water. And what they would do is pour grenadine in this plastic shark's mouth, put a swizzle stick through the shark like a harpoon, then turn him upside down in the drink, and the blood, the grenadine, would slowly ooze out of his mouth into the blue. Looked cool. Effed you up. And by the time you're done, you're telling those stories. I remember. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Drink goes in my belly. I lay down on the floor.
Anything like that. Go ahead. Anything like that's like a half step above Kool-Aid. You know, you don't even feel it, and it's like, I got 4 things to say to you. Number 2. That brings that to angry old drunk.
You're like, hey, you know why women wear perfume and makeup? Because they're ugly and they stink.
Have another.
Write that down in your journal.
Try being that guy and being the only black guy in the bar. Hey, can I have a Scorpion Bowl? You know, like flash forward a couple hours. The white man's the devil, the computer's the tool. Who's with me?
Anthony, I think I got a good way to end this show here.
Yeah.
A game we'd love to play in New York.
Oh, no.
This is going to have someone pulling their hair out down the hall. I told you we'd have the big finish.
Oh, this is good. Everyone can play along.
Nick, you're going to have to sit down for this one. Jim knows the game from New York. Jenny.
Beat the delay.
Jenny?
Hello?
Yeah.
Jenny, you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Guilty party
You're from Quincy?
Yes.
And what do you want to do? You're from New Jersey, so you've heard us in New York, right?
Right.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I want to play Guess What's in My Pants.
Yeah. Yes.
Guess what's in my pants?
In my pants.
Yeah, I totally miss you guys. Ever since I moved, that's been the one thing that I miss, more than family, friends.
Well,
you guys.
let me explain the rules to everybody that wants to play along at home.
We don't have our theme song.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Opie, the song doesn't make the bed.
True. All right.
This is Guess What's in My Pants. This girl, what's her name? I'm sorry.
Jenny.
Jenny is going to take a telephone that she is on. She's going to undo her pants, pull them down, pull down her little panties. The phone she is on, will be rubbed on, let's just call it the most intimate of areas. In various fashion, we will ask for up and down, side to side, and circular. Based on the sounds you hear on that phone, you have to decide if her style is the traditional triangle, the mohawk, which is just shaved in on the sides, the Hitler mustache, which is shaved in on the sides and then shaved down on the top, so it's just that little nub of hair,
yes,
much like under Adolf's nose, or what we call
the wood floor or jambonnet Ramsey.
Now, what
which
would that
is
be?
just completely shaved. Not a hair to be found. Those will be your 4 choices.
The game very deceiving.
Now, Jenny.
Yes.
Your job in this whole thing is to do as we instruct with the phone.
Right.
And then when you're done, do not give us any inkling of what style hair you have. As everyone guesses, don't give us any clues like no or huh or any indication that whoever's guessing is right or wrong, okay? Until we ask you what is in your pants.
Right.
You got it?
Should we ask Jenny if she's hot or not?
Yeah, we can do it. We usually don't like doing this because it ruins the fantasy. I'm 300 pounds, and it doesn't matter where I rub it on my body, you're going to hear hair. You know? We don't need that.
All right, we're going to assume that Jenny's very hot.
Well, I'll probably see you guys in a little bit.
Oh, you're going down?
You're going to Atlas?
Atlas?
Hopefully.
Atlas
Cool.
lands down the street right after the show. We're all going.
All right. Do you? Where are you right now?
In my apartment.
Okay. Are your pants off?
I'm just wearing a robe, actually.
A robe. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. Okay. Open up that robe. Lay down, sit down, whatever you need to do.
Right.
Open up the robe. You have nothing on underneath it, right?
Right.
Oh, my God. That's great. We just sit, have that settle in for a while.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Take the phone.
Right.
And rub it, you know where, in an up and down fashion. Let's all listen very closely.
Okay, here we go.
Sounds like you're planing a door. Okay, but it's deceiving sometimes.
Since they've been that long, huh?
It's very deceiving sometimes. Very deceiving. Okay, maybe you could do the side-to-side motion.
Okay. You get that?
All right, got that. Now, if you would please do a slow circular motion over the whole area.
All right.
You know what that sounds like?
Okay. What, bro?
You remember when you used to have records and when you first put the needle down before the song starts?
A record you used to like to play a lot because it's a little weathered.
Where's my 45 Stairway? Oh, here it is.
Do we need to hear any other?
Does anyone else need any more info? Maybe because I'm thinking the side to side a little more.
Yes, definitely.
Because that's the most telling.
Okay, so side to side?
Side to side.
Okay, here we go.
Ah, see? Okay, I just picked up on that, too. Very good. We're like audio analysts for the police department.
We're very good at this.
First you hear the shot, then you'll hear a scream. All right, I'm good. I don't need anything else, okay? Anyone else? Anyone? No? Okay, then we're ready to play. I'll go first. I'm saying mohawk. All right, Opie, to you.
Wood floor.
Opie's going with wood floor. Very tricky move. Okay. Jim Breuer?
I'm going full blown out gorilla.
Really? Like if you were to take afro hair and put it in a pool rack, right? And then sit the pool rack in your lap. Something in that.
All there, yeah.
Okay.
And finally, Nick Carter.
Nick?
I'm going to go with the mohawk, too.
Mohawk, yeah, because I heard something in there. Opie might be right, but I'm sticking with mohawk.
Don't forget about the 5 o'clock shadow.
I know, that sometimes makes more noise than a full... if you notice, we played this a few times. The wood floor, if there's a little stubble grown in, will sound louder than any other hairstyle.
Wow.
See? A little helpful hint.
They're honestly like...
You know those smart fun facts that pop up on the computer during some programs to help you? Hey, here's a clue. Check here if you don't want this helpful hint next time. But that was a little helpful hint. Jenny.
Yes?
What is in your pants?
Opie got it.
A wood floor, see?
Opie.
All right. Very nice.
I could have sworn I was on to something.
Right on, Jenny from Quincy. All right, we'll see you at Atlas.
Yeah.
And thanks for playing What's in My Pants.
Oh, thank you.
What a great way to end our little show at WBCN.
I thought you guys would like that.
Yeah, we love that.
Hell yeah.
All right. Hope I'll see you soon.
All right, cool.
Bye.
There's Jenny. Atlas Lansdowne Street. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's been great. We don't know when we're going to be back next. We had a really good time, and I think this worked out well. And we'll see if we can do it again.
Yeah, we got to thank Joe. Thank you,
Yeah.
Joe. Because I had no clue what I was doing at this board. We haven't played music in years.
It's been a long time.
I'm like, what button do I push? So thank you for that. Want to thank
everyone at BCN, of course.
Are we allowed to mention Oedipus? He was all scared we were going to make fun of him.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Thank you, Oedipus, for making this happen. Nick Carter,
Nick,
thanks for making
man.
this happen.
Having a lot of fun here today.
We should give out the websites, WNEW.com.
And FoundryMusic.com to see a bunch. I mean, we got video clips and audio clips and pictures from our show. So if you want to catch up on what we've been doing, you go to FoundryMusic.com. And, I mean, you could spend days there.
We want our listeners to vote because we're doing the boob contest right now.
Yeah.
Pictures are up on WNEW.com.
And
And
finally,
finally,
60 women down to 13 finalists.
That's
if you
right.
would have seen the rest of these girls, you'd have crapped yourself, believe me.
And finally, that other website.
Oh, what?
It's like the subculture, the Opie and Anthony subculture.
Right.
It's opieanthony.com. You want to talk about some freaks.
Yeah.
Very, very scary stuff on that message board as well, okay?
All right.
Thank you very much, Boston. We really, really appreciate it. We're going to Atlas, Lansdowne Street, to have a few brewskis.
Get down there.
Melissa's next. It's WBCN, Boston's Alternative Rock, 104.1.